Chat, why is Entei so hard to kill? Hi friends, welcome to stream. You can probably tell by the intensity of the music that this is gonna be a big one. Oop, that's the wrong button. Hold on, come back. There we go. Today we are likely going to be facing off against Flannery. And if we can clear Flannery, we will have gotten past the benchmark that I set as like I think if I like can do this, I'm a real nuzlocker. I think we have the tools. I think we have the brain power. Unfortunately, because we didn't get the Iron Ball way back when, it's going to require a little extra work than I had anticipated on putting in, but I think we can pull it off. And Turtonator's probably going to be the key. Checking something. Oh, wow. Oh, as long as I give it a citrus berry, it should be fine. Worry about it later, April. Try not to panic too much. Sorry, I'm looking at numbers that I shouldn't even need to be looking at right now, but it's just like, there's so much. There's so much. And I shouldn't be getting ahead of myself, because we have 2 whole-ass gym fights to do before we even get to think about fighting Flannery. And those fights are not easy. They are not straightforward, but I think I have them figured out. So, let me throw on my little necklace here for good luck, and then what say we jump into it? So, first things first, let me jump us back 2 fights, set everything back to normal, and let's go over my calcs. I ran at least one of these through Hannah, I think both of them. Thankfully, the second fight wound up being easier than the first one. This first fight is pretty rough, but I think we have it. So say hello to Battle Girl Danielle. She just has a lot of really strong guys. Truth be told, the main issue is that she's got a... Flygon's interesting, because we could kill Flygon really easily if Garchomp had a Dragon Claw, but then we couldn't easily kill Slowking, who can do a lot of damage with Future Sight. This Emboar is fast as fuck because it has a Choice Scarf, another Speed Boost Blaziken. Edgolurk here has Block, which is a scary move, leftovers so it can heal and it does a bunch of damage. For context, Block stops you from switching out. And it can just throw that move out at random. So, I believe, let me get my team equipped with what they need. So, first we need Garchomp, we need Torterra, we need Talonflame. Where are you, Talonflame? I'm really benefiting from Talonflame being fast as fuck, once again. Torterra. That's right, we want our own Flygon, and then Granbull, and then Gyarados. We are bringing 3 guys to deal with her Flygon, which is arguably the least dangerous of her Pokemon, but it can do a lot of damage, and be a little unpredictable, so... So, thankfully, the start of the fight is pretty straightforward. We are going to give Garchomp here the Soft Sand. Export, import. Are we giving Torterra a Lepa Berry still? We are. Because Torterra, yeah, you wouldn't do enough damage to Golurk anyways. Scale Shot's just a really annoying move to stay in the moveset. Exactly. And it's already, like, faster than most of our answers to it. I do wonder. No, I wouldn't be able to. Hi, Dark Lord. 51. I'm trying to figure out how to elegantly read out those numbers. 51417. Welcome to stream. So, Talonflame obviously holds nothing. I believe we give Flygon a Citrus Berry for emotional support. We give Granbull A citrus berry for emotional support. Well, Grand Bowl citrus berry is less for emotional support, actually. And Gyarados, a citrus berry, because Scale Shot is a weird move, and you could just get crit. 51, 417 is how I do it. That makes sense, Curses. So, the way this fight goes is we open with Garchomp in against Galarian Slowking. Thankfully, it's really easy. With Soft Sand, we can just click Earthquake, get the one-hit KO. Now, the thing is, Garchomp outspeeds a one-hit KO's Blaziken, so it doesn't get swapped in. It outspeeds and potentially can one-hit KO Flygon, so it doesn't get swapped in. Now, the question is, what comes in next? Emboar, that is faster than Garchomp, but dies in one hit to Earthquake and can't kill it, or Golurk, that doesn't die in one hit to Garchomp, but is slower? The answer is Emboar. This is really good for us. This Emboar, the only reason it's so fast is because it has a Choice Scarf, which means once it uses a move, it gets locked into using that move until it dies or gets swapped out. My original version of this line revolved around PP stalling out the move Superpower, and then using Gorobus to get a flip turn free swap Garchomp back in to sweep the rest of the team. Unfortunately, I had to learn the hard way. By which I mean I calced the whole line and then Hannah told me it was wrong. If you get a Choice Scarf Pokemon down to using Struggle, they can potentially switch out. Which is not good. So we had to adjust. So the idea is Garchomp always baits only Superpower. We swapped to Torterra, who takes upwards of 52% from Superpower. However, every time it uses Superpower, its attack and defense drop by one stage, which means we can't get 2-hit KO'd by Superpower. Words are hard. Superpower has diminishing returns. It only has 5 PP, and it can't choose another more powerful move. Torterra can swap in, take the first Superpower. We can never be crit, so that means that we don't have to worry about it suddenly ignoring all of its stat drops. We can tap Synthesis 3 times, and on its last Superpower turn, so it would be swap to Torterra, use Synthesis, use Synthesis, use Synthesis. It will then hit us with a -4 Superpower, doing about 18%. We will one-hit KO it with Earthquake. After that happens, it's not Golurk, because Golurk sees that we can one-hit KO it, and it can't one-hit KO us. It would be Blaziken, because no matter what our HP is, Blaziken sees fast kill on us with Overheat. Now, this is a speed boost White Herb Blaziken. Notoriously difficult Pokemon to deal with. However, our Talonflame always exactly one-hit KOs it on its lowest roll, 170 damage into 170 HP. It's always clicking Overheat on the swap. If Overheat crits Talonflame, it does upwards of 79%. And now the thing is, April, well, hold on, that Blaziken there has Speed Boost, so it would get +1 to its speed on the turn it swaps in. 165. Talonflame is 166. We outspeed, always live a crit Overheat, one-hit KO with Acrobatics. The game will now see that Talonflame outspeeds both Golurk and Flygon. Both of them are capable of killing Talonflame in a single hit, because the lowest roll on Overheat is 44%. So let me just double check my math here. So the lowest roll, so we have 162 HP. We take a minimum of 72 from Overheat, dropping us to 90. Golurk sees that it can do 97 with Shadow Punch. So it will send in Golurk next, because neither of these Pokemon outspeed. Do I have 2 calculators open? I do. I'm a silly girl. Okay. Golurk is then going to presumably go for Shadow Punch. Torterra has synthed back up to full HP while fighting Emboar. We're able to bring Torterra back in. Torterra does not take a lot of damage from any of Golurk's moves. We have given it a Lepa Berry, so that way Torterra can regen the PP on Synthesis. It can never get 2-hit KO'd, because it'll be at like above 80%, and the high rolls on Shadow Punch can at most do 72%. So we're able to Synthesis back up to full HP, 2-hit KO with Giga Drain. We should be at around like once Flygon comes in, we should only ever bait Fire Blast from it, which Flygon takes super duper well. This Flygon has a Life Orb, so once it uses Fire Blast, if it hits, it will lose 10% of its max HP. So 172, it'd be 17 damage, minus 17 is 155. And then it would always go for Scale Shot, which we can then swap into Granbull. If Scale Shot doesn't actually do any damage, because Granbull is immune, Flygon will not get, or it won't take the Life Orb recoil, nor will its stats change, I believe. It won't get faster, its defenses won't drop. We will then get off 1 Intimidate into Flygon. It's a coin flip as to whether or not it goes for Earthquake or Fire Blast. Wow, you have this fight pinpointed. I wanted to be thorough. We would prefer Flygon goes for Earthquake, but we did the math to make sure that Fire Blast would not be a problem. Now, the thing is, we need Flygon here to have taken at least 1 turn of Life Orb Chip. If it missed our Flygon with Fire Blast, it won't have taken that chip. So on Granbull's turn, we bait either Earthquake or another Fire Blast. We simply swap back into Flygon until it hits. We then rebait Scale Shot, which we can then swap back into Granbull. Repeat, repeat, repeat. We aren't even doing this for the Intim drops. We're just doing it so that we get the 1 chip of damage with Life Orb. At this point, if we do 2 cycles after its attacks drop twice, we're guaranteed baiting Fire Blast into Gyarados. Gyarados takes a little bit from Fire Blast, not nothing. Bare minimum, once Gyarados comes in, it will be at -2. Scale Shot does not do a lot of damage. Now, we have done the math so that after taking 2 rounds of Life Orb Chip, because Flygon will bare minimum get off Scale Shot on us, so there's the Fire Blast on our Flygon, this Scale Shot into us, it loses another 17 HP, it's down to 138. Now, this Flygon is faster than us, but after using Scale Shot, which it will, it's its highest damaging move, or it goes for Giga Drain, which is fine. Honestly, getting Giga Drained is also fine. Chat, may I just say, hi Leica. This is the run, baby, don't say it. Don't say it till we get fast Flannery. But its defense will drop 1 stage. Ice Fang, if we get burned by Fire Blast, which is only a 10% chance, does a minimum 84% to -1 defense Flygon. Which means we should be able to outpace and kill it. Bare minimum, worst case scenario, if we accidentally lock ourselves into a situation where like its attack has been dropped so much that it's only going for like Giga Drain and Fire Blast, we could potentially like swap into Talonflame on a Giga Drain, swap into Granbull on a Scale Shot or something, and then get the KO with Play Rough. We mostly just want to make sure that this Flygon doesn't hit Granbull with a critical hit Earthquake, because a critical hit Earthquake has a chance to kill Granbull. So we have some backups if things don't work out, but they should work out. I wanted to give Gyarados a Citrus Berry over a Rost Berry, because if Gyarados happened to get like hit by 2 critical hits on Scale Shot and got like a 5 roll, that could be kind of dangerous, and I'd rather just play it as safe as possible. Because yeah, while Flygon is at -2 into Gyarados, it could go for Giga Drain. It is most likely to go for Scale Shot. Yeah. And if our stats, if we never get burned, Ice Fang always 1-hit KOs. Anyways, let the lab believe. Let the lab believe. For now. Look, you are all allowed to have faith in me, but I need to stay humble so that way I don't get blindsided. I feel like getting too overly confident is what got Honchkrow killed, and I don't want to do that again. That being said, getting Honchkrow killed did kind of provide us the safer line into Maxi, so maybe, you know, maybe that was just the right thing to do, but... this is the run that reminds you to stay humble, but also is still the run. I was gonna say, chat, you're allowed to believe in me as much as you want, but I have to, like... I gotta keep my expectations tempered. Also, Leica, you didn't see our last stream. Holy fuck. Getting Garchomp this early in the game goes insane. This thing is a demon. Okay, Torterra, we need Talonflame. There it is. Okay, Flygon, Luck at the Century. Honestly, 5% hit, 31 speed IV. Like, this thing hits so many ranges. Literally one of the crowning jewels of PvE forever. Well, PvE is a little different. Like, don't get me wrong. I've basically been kind of given the impression that if you get Garchomp at the point in the game where you're, like, most likely to get it, it's kind of all right. Like, it kind of gets scaled out. But getting it this early in the game, thank you for the follow, Dark Lord. Gotta see how this run goes. Fingers crossed it keeps going. But yeah, no, like, if you manage to get it this early for Flannery's Gym, it's just an absolute demon. Well and truly. Okay. Also, Hannah, I was correct in my assessment, right? If Scale Shot gets fired off into a fairy type, its stats don't change and it doesn't take Life Orb Chip. Okay. I should do some math with Turtle really quick. That's correct, I believe. Okay. Oops. Mint Mod's probably on the treadmill right now, so I've got to do that band myself. It's my phone buzzing over. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna check my math really quickly on Torterra against Emboar. So, just because I can figure out exact worst case scenario on the HP. What was wrong with that one comment? Oh, it was just like someone trying to sell us botted views, which is illegal. So, 185 minus High Roll Superpower 97 is 88. We are slower than Emboar, so we then have to take -1 superpower, which does 66 damage. We heal half of our max HP, which is 185. Hold on. This shouldn't be that. This should be Lepa Berry. So 185 divided by 2 is 92. So 22 plus 92 is 114. So that's after superpower number 2. Turn number 3, we get hit for 49 damage. Heal for 92. Brings us to 157. Turn number 4, we get hit for 40 damage. Plus 92. We're healed to full. Okay, good. Just making sure that we get healed to full while fighting Emboar. Because we have to make sure we kill Emboar on the turn it uses its last superpower, rather than the turn after, because we don't want it to switch on us. Oh, this coffee tastes like if water hated you. Alright. Varley, you get... Wrong. Oh, also, I did do something while I was, like, running calcs. We got the red flute, the blue flute, the yellow flute, the white flute, and the black flute. Notably, these are repeatably makeable items, so it is possible to get infinite money in Run and Bun, if you are truly desperate. Where is the soft sand? Like, most used held item of the run, I swear to God. Turtle gets a Lepa Berry, so that way it can also safely use Synthesis against Golurk. Scalpel holds nothing. Also, Overheat can't burn, but Scalpel's also a fire type. And then everyone else gets a Citrus. we somehow still have over 90 citrus berries. Bum, 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 ba da 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 dum. Alright, we'll actually listen to the game music now. Though I do really like the Victory Road Elite Four music. It's really good. Okay. Switch-in AI is fun. This is a fight that relies a lot on understanding Switch-in AI. Pokemon music is so good. Oh, that's true. I suppose that is just kind of a blanket statement now, isn't it? Pop up there. So, Dark Lord, have you been following the run and bun scene for a minute? Like, how'd you end up getting here? I like to spend a lot of my time asking dumb questions in the Dexa Discord, so I don't know if you, like, saw my name in there or something. Yeah, so I don't think it's actually this hole right here. It's not. Okay. Alright, item check. Barley has soft sand. Turtle has a Lepa berry. Turtle, how much damage do you do to Golurk? You do exactly minimum 50%. Ooh, it does have leftovers. That's fine. It just might take a little extra time than we think. You should always still bait Fire Blast when Flygon comes in. Okay. And just checking. The Blaziken. Yeah. Even if we're holding an item, it should never go for Brave Bird. And even if it does go for Brave Bird into Talonflame somehow, Brave Bird max roll crit can't kill it. Alright. Say hello to Battle Girl Danielle. One of the scarier fights in this gym because anything with a Blaziken on the team is. Out comes Slowking, out comes Varley. Varley's gonna click Earthquake, just confirming. Yes. Now the game wants to send in Emboar because it's the only thing faster than Varley. Good. Out comes Emboar. Emboar wants to use Superpower. It's its highest damaging move. For as much as I would love to kill Emboar with a one-shot Earthquake, it baits in Golurk next. It just gets a little weird. Although, actually, we kind of don't need Garchomp for later. TBH, I might have overcomplicated this line a little. Because we always live crit Superpower, and we always kill with Earthquake. Yeah, I think we just bait in Golurk, actually. It's fine. We want to make sure that we get Blaziken in on the right thing. I'm not fucking with this. So yeah, in comes Emboar. In comes the Turtle. Choice Scarf Reckless, yeah. Trust the process, April. Trust the process. Understand that you know how the attack works. Down goes its attack. Down goes its defense. Its next attack does a max of 35%. We are going to use Synthesis. It is going to outspeed us. We cannot be crit, so we don't need to worry about it getting fucky with the damage ranges. All right, that was superpower number 3. Swap. No, that was superpower number 2. Okay, this is superpower number 3. Down goes its attack. Yeah, because it has 3 drops. All right. One more Synthesis. And then Earthquake, obviously one-hit KOs. -4, -4. Okay. And we kill on this turn, so that way it doesn't struggle. We take at most 18.3%. So that was top end 34 damage. We took 31. Yeah, mid to high roll. Okay, our next bait should be Blaziken. Good. Just making sure. We still have our Lepa Berry. Highest damage on Brave Bird is 140. Lowest roll and Overheat kills us. So, we are going to swap to Scalpel. Good. Its special attack falls. It eats its White Herb. Speed boost. Makes it 165 speed, which is 1 point slower than us. Acrobatics barely one-hit KOs. Even if I know how the math works, it still scares me. Out comes Golurk. Golurk is going to go for Shadow Punch. Just confirming, Shadow Punch has like 15 plus PP, right? Not that it matters, but I like to confirm these things. Oh yeah, 20 PP. Okay. So, we are going to send back in Torterra, because we don't want to get blocked in with Scalpel. Turtle takes at most 67 damage. Okay. We use Synthesis. Feels scary, but we have a Lepa Berry for a reason. Even when something's guaranteed is scary. Real. Block. Nice. Honestly, not gonna complain. Block goes away once Golurk dies. That just means that we get the free round to get our HP all the way up to max. That's the second time we've used a Lepa Berry, like, mid-fight PP regen. Okay, we 2-hit KO with Giga Drain, maybe 3-hit KO, depending on rolls. Could get the guaranteed 1-hit KO with Woodhammer, but no. Nice thing is that since it outspeeds us, we at least get the maximum healing out of this. Yeah, I don't think we're going to be able to get the 2-hit KO. If we get it now, we're fine. I genuinely might... Okay, I'm going to use Synthesis one more time. Like, I'm going to PP stall a little bit just to make sure Turtle gets the guaranteed Bates Fire Blast on Flygon. Does Flygon... Hold on, actually. Does Scale Shot have special move AI? I just realized I never considered this. Hold on. Because of its stat boosting nature. Scale... I don't see anything. That being said, I actually don't think I want to get extra healing in here. Lowest roll Shadow Punch is 57. Hold on, so 162 minus 50. 162 minus 57 is 105. Yeah, we should always bait Fire Blast, never Scale Shot. Just want to make sure that it goes for that over, we don't want overlapping kill rolls, basically. So, Giga. Good. As long as we don't get healed over 112, which I don't think we can do here. barely. Yeah, lowest roll on Fire Blast is 112. We are going to swap to our Flygon, who takes at most 23% from Fire Blast. Good. Fire Blast hit. It takes Life Orb Chip. Ooh, we got burned. Well, hopefully that means we used up the burn RNG on Lixie. Again, getting burned doesn't matter. We now always bait Scale Shot, which Duchess takes 0 damage from. Duchess drops its attack by 1. Yep, no stat changes. Now, honestly, yeah, because Duchess could, if it goes for Earthquake against Duchess and crits, Duchess dies. So, it could go for Fire Blast. It's not guaranteed. It's much more likely to go for Earthquake. We want to see it go for Earthquake on the swap to Aramaya, but Fire Blast isn't necessarily a run ender. Fire Blast is only dangerous if we get burned. Intimidate to drop it to -2. Just ups our survivability against Scale Shot. Fire Blast. No burn. Okay. It's either going to go for Scale Shot or Giga Drain. We have a Citrus Berry to create maximal cushion against Scale Shot. And we always one-hit KO with Ice Fang since we aren't burned. All right. Such a funny animation. 3 times, didn't even use our citrus. Nice. Okay. 1 down, 1 to go. I don't know what the fastest way out of here is. I think it's this way. Yeah, because this spits us back out. Oop. Yeah, no. That fight took like a solid hour and a half to calc, I want to say. But I'm definitely proud of the results. Didn't even have to use any of the citrus. Okay. I'm here. I made it. Welcome, babe. You missed the first fight, which I would argue is definitely the scariest. We haven't even started calcing Flannery yet. Okay. So, fun fight. We get to use Zoroark. Rare day. Rare day indeed. So, let's go over our line. This is the fight we wanted Torterra with the Miracle Seed. Okay. Also, once again, Kethri the Goat continues to do insane things for our team. So, there's Kethri. Gonna bring up Kethri. Kethri with a black belt is able to one-hit KO Drampa with... Am I on the right screen? I am, good. So, hold on. So we need Hitmonchan. We need Arcanine. Talonflame. Garchomp. For one guy. We need Zoroark. We need Torterra. So just a really quick dumb question, Hannah. Just so I'm absolutely certain, Tailwind, if it peters out at the end of the turn, AI, like, let's say my Talonflame has a speed of 100 and they've got a guy in the back that has a speed of 150. Tailwind is up, I'm 200 speed. Once I KO the thing I'm fighting and Tailwind ends, I'm back to being speed 100. They send in the 150 guy, right? Because outspeeds. I just want to make sure that I bait correctly. Hell, actually, I'm pretty sure the only thing that could come in on Garchomp is frickin' Delphox because it's... Oh, right, yeah. Because it's the only thing that's faster. That was my plan. So the idea here is we open with... Hold on. So the only mandatory items here are Chesto Berry on Felice, Miracle Seed on Torterra. Then everything else is just kind of a flex. So, we open with Hitmonchan against Drampa here. Hitmonchan outspeeds one-hit KOs with Sky Uppercut. None of its abilities or items stop us from one-hit KOing. After that, Nidoking would come in. Rhyperior would come in. Arcanine outspeeds and one-hit KOs with Burn Up. So Arcanine is going to come in next, and it's always going to go for Burn Up, never Will-O-Wisp. It has a Fire Gem. It has Burn Up. We swap to Arcanine, who does not take a lot of damage from Burn Up. Even if it crits, we always then bait Close Combat, because we can't be burned, we're a Fire type. Now the thing is, Arcanine at this point will have become a non-type, a null type, a type null, if you will. Ooh, actually, that's kind of funny. Okay, I might need to be a little careful with Talonflame. Fuck, do I give Talonflame a held item? Because I have to consider the fact that Arcanine can be burned by Flame Body, and we don't want it to die from Fraud Body damage into Garchomp Roughtskin. Hold on. Think. NB type Arcanine, real. So the thing about Burn Up is that it is a move that makes Fire types not Fire type anymore after they use it, and Burn Up can only be used if you're a Fire type. So it's going to Burn Up into Arcanine, it is going to use up its Fire Gem, and become typeless. It then is going to likely see a KO with Close Combat, bare minimum its highest damage move. We are going to swap to Talonflame. I genuinely might give Talonflame a held item. Because, like, I kind of don't trust this thing to not burn itself on Flame Body. Because the idea is, it's going to use Close Combat. Its defense is going to drop by 1. Its special defense is going to drop by 1. I think all I need to do is, like, literally just give Talonflame a worthless held item, like an Oranberry. Because, yeah, if we take a crit Close Combat, it never procs. We want to reduce the damage of Acrobatics. The reason for this is, we have a very specific, like, turn we want to KO Arcanine on. So we could just KO Arcanine with Talonflame, but we outspeed everything, so instead of sending in Delphox, it's going to send in Rhyperior, who could potentially get, like, Stealth Rocks up for the rest of the fight, and it's just kind of awkward. So, Talonflame comes in, uses Acrobatics to do some damage, uses Roost, sets up Tailwind, and then we wait. So we set up Tailwind, we use Roost, we swap to Garchomp, who takes a Psychic Fangs. Yeah, wow. Garchomp, why are you doing that much damage? It's no-type Arcanine. Hold on, what? Does it really? Oh, I suppose that's after the defense drop. Okay, perfect. Yeah, so we just want to do a little bit of chip to it with Talonflame, and then let it, like, yeah, even if it burns itself turn 1, as long as we don't keep attacking it, like, if it burns itself turn 1, we don't even need to attack it. So we want to use Tailwind, then Roost for healing and to stall a turn, Then with 2 turns of Tailwind left, we swap to Garchomp, and on the last turn of Tailwind, the reason we want Tailwind up is because Garchomp is slower than Arcanine, and we don't want to risk things getting kind of fucky, because we want to have a good amount of HP for when Delphox comes in. So with Tailwind up, we obviously outspeed Arcanine. Even if we take crit Psychic Fangs, we take only 36%. Delphox will only ever go for Psychic or Hypnosis once it comes in, because we want to kill Arcanine the turn Tailwind ends. So that way, Delphox sees that it is faster than Garchomp. Because otherwise, we would run into the issue of potentially, like, Stealth Rocks happening again. Because, you know, we can one-hit KO Delphox, but Delphox theoretically sees a fast kill on us, and even then it's the only thing faster than us. Because, like... Ooh, hold on. I do actually need to make sure... Yeah, because I think we applied this principle last battle to Golem. Yeah, because Garchomp does more damage to Rhyperior with Soft Sand than Rhyperior does to it, and we outspeed. So it should always go for a thing that's faster than us. Let me double check Switch AI, just to make sure. Sorry, chat, I gotta be so certain about these things. AI Pokemon is faster than the players and one-hit KOs it. Definitely possible, especially if Arcanine crits us. AI Pokemon is slower than the player, but one-hit KOs it and is not one-hit KO'd. Thankfully, that is not the case with Nidoking or with Rhyperior. Any amount of damage that these guys can do to Garchomp, Delphox does more with Psychic. AI's Pokemon is faster than the players and deals more damage than it takes. It is faster, but it takes more from Earthquake. Yeah, AI Pokemon is faster than the players is higher than default. And the only thing lower than default is AI Pokemon is slower than the players and is OHKO'd. It's definitely never Nidoking. And even if we somehow fuck up and Rhyperior comes in third, I think the line's recoverable. It's just a lot safer doing it this way. So Garchomp is out, Delphox comes out. It sees that its highest damaging move is Psychic, or if it doesn't see kill, it could go for Hypnosis. We are going to swap to Zoroark, who, while holding a Chesto Berry, so if it gets Hypnosis, it doesn't, you know, go under, is one of the few things on our team that is naturally faster than Delphox, is immune to Psychic, Chesto Berry takes care of Hypnosis, we don't even need Black Glasses to get a guaranteed one-hit KO with Knockoff. After we do that, it's going to be Rhyperior specifically, because Rhyperior sees potential kill on Zoroark with Earthquake or Stone Edge. Depending, it could go for Earthquake, Stone Edge, or Stealth Rock. It doesn't matter, we're swapping to Torterra. Torterra does not take a lot of damage from Rhyperior. Torterra is going to be the only thing we use for the rest of this fight. Torterra is going to use Synthesis to get its HP up. It is then going to try to get a one-hit KO with Giga Drain. If it doesn't, that's fine. We can use Synthesis to... Or no, Giga Drain will definitely heal us to full. We get the KO. I did the math. So, highest roll Heat Crash on Torterra. Heat Crash can't burn, it just does Fire-type weight damage. So, we have 185 minus 50. Drops us to 135. In comes Nidoking. Highest roll on Nidoking is 128. Drops us to 135 minus 128 is 7. We live those. And notably, this Nidoking has Sheer Force, so we can't get burned by Fire Blast. So we always live highest roll Heat Crash from Rhyperior into highest roll Fire Blast on Nidoking. If it decides to go for Substitute, that's fine, because that means it's not using Fire Blast. We just keep clicking Earthquake until we win. Is basically the game at that point. Because there's no situation where it's like behind a Substitute and the Substitute stays up and it's able to click Fire Blast. And like truly, if something goes wrong with Nidoking, we could just bring back Garchomp to kill it, probably. Odds are pretty good that Garchomp will be able to just swap it and kill Nidoking if it somehow needs to. But again, shouldn't be an issue. So yeah, that's the fight. After this fight, we start calcing Flannery. I hope these are cool cooks fight. Or, cool cooks fight. I hope these are cool cooks, chat. So yeah, we might need to play a little freestyle with Arcanine on Talonflame, but it should be fine. So, need Kethy Wethy. We do not need you. We do need you. Hamilton the fucking dog. Hamilton the fucking dog. Hi, Felice. I'm so proud of Felice. Felice has constantly gotten screwed over by the fact that he just can't find kills, even with black glasses half the time. So it's really satisfying to see it finally put an inferior fox in its place. So, Shesto Berry. Hold item that awakens a Pokemon. Give that to Phyllis. To Felis. Kethri, we want to give the black belt. We could alternatively give Kethri like a citrus berry and kill Drampa with fake out Sky Uppercut. Like, it does not matter. But I'm just gonna stick to black belt for damage. Hell, Kethri even gets the one-hit KO with Drain Punch, which is fun. Might click that just to say that we clicked it. Hamilton doesn't need anything. Yeah, even if it gets crit by Arcanine, it's fine. And we literally only need it to take Burn Up and bait close combat. So we'll give it a Citrus Berry in case something goes wrong. It should never get used, but if it needs to, it's there. Scalpel, we are going to give an Oranberry. Because, just confirming, Talonflame getting crit by close combat will never drop its HP low enough to actually proc the Oranberry, so we can then use Acrobatics. Crit close combat into crit Psychic Fangs cannot kill Talonflame. And then Turtle gets the Miracle Seed. Okay, make sure I have Talonflame holding something here in the calculator. Yeah. It's our favorite move. Have a Pokemon use close combat so we can swap in Scalpel. It's like our signature technique. To then do crazy fucko mode boosted damage. Like, are you taking joy in being able to beat the inferior fox? Okay. Always good. And let it be known, I like Delphox, but compared to my most loyal and honest Vizier, sorry, it's just not fucking doing it. I don't know what to say, Chief. Get a better fox, dumbass. I always get the long way around that guy for no reason. Okay, I don't know when the fight procs, so I'm just gonna save now and do my item check. So, Kethri. Black Belt. Hamilton, Citrus Berry. Scalpel, Oranberry. Varley, Soft Sand. Felice, Chesto Berry. Turtle, Miracle Seed. The path forward should be here. Let's go, you fuck. Alright. Say hello to Hiker Eli, chat. Out comes Drampa. Out comes Kethri. Kethri is holding the black belt, which means we're able to get a KO with Drain Punch. I want to do that. Just for the satisfaction of it. I should be safe, though. Sky Uppercut. Literally, there is no world where Drain Punch doesn't kill, but I'm scared that it will. Like, fail to kill. In comes Arcanine. Delphox, of course, also sees kill on Cat3, but Arcanine is first in the party. It's gonna go for Burn Up. We're gonna go for Hamilton. This thing's got a fucking fire gem to it, does a lot of damage. But thankfully, our dog is cooler. Okay. Oh, Burn Up's a special attack, too. Huh. It now has no type. It now has no item. It is going to go for Close Combat because we cannot be burned by Will-O-Wisp. We are going to swap to Scalpel. Honestly, one of the best secret bits of tech with Arcanine and Talonflame is just the fact that they, like, Pokemon they're fighting never go for close combat. Or, not close combat. Never go for Flame Body proc. That's funny. Okay. Interesting. They never go for Will-O-Wisp. So its defense is now at -1. Its special defense is also now at -1. It's taking 1/16 of its max HP every turn, so I can actually calc its HP turn by turn. I don't think we bother attacking it with acrobatics at this point. I think we just chip it, or we let it chip itself until it's at a point where we can swap in Garchomp and get killed. No reason to risk taking damage when we can just sit here and use Roost. Because thankfully, we always bait Psychic Fangs, never close combat. So we don't need to worry about roosting, losing our flying typing, taking boosted damage from close combat. So this thing has 184 HP. I'm really glad that I immediately was like, oh, hold on, it has no type, which means it can get flame-bodied. Divided by 60, so it takes 11 damage. So 184 minus 11 is 173. Okay, so the HP it needs to be at -1 to always get killed by Earthquake is 160. So I think I'm just going to, this is the highest we will, or the highest HP we will ever start a turn with against this thing. I am going to use Tailwind this turn. Because yeah, because it also is going to take a turn of like Rough Skin. So we set up Tailwind. This is turn 4 of Tailwind. Goes for Psychic Fangs. Oh, I just realized it's burn, so I don't even need to worry about it like doing damage to us. Funny as hell. Okay. Its HP is at 162. We are going to use Roost. This is just to stall a turn. It goes for Psychic Fangs. We take some damage. It's hurt by its burn. Its HP is now 151. Garchomp with Soft Sand. Oop, no type. Hold on, gotta get its stats set correctly again. Burned, Fire Gem, nothing, nothing. Technically also have to set that. We currently do 160 damage to it. It has 160 HP. We have used up 2 turns of Tailwind. We are going to swap into Garchomp. Close combat? Why close combat? There should have been no roll where it went for close combat against Talonflame. What the fuck made it go for close combat? Because while it's burned, highest roll on close combat into Talonflame is 13.5%, lowest roll on Psychic Flames is 16. This is the burn up bug? What's the burn up bug? Like, we're fine. We're absolutely fine, but what's the burn up? Burn Up and Triple Axle will consume 2 PP per attack. No. If a Pokemon gets a kill with Burn Up, it doesn't lose its Fire type. No? That doesn't do anything. Well, the only 2 burn-up related bugs I see on here are for consuming extra PP and not losing the fire typing if you get a kill. Like, it's fine. This doesn't affect anything. Garchomp is in Tailwind, outspeeds and kills with Earthquake. Like, we're here to do the thing we're here to do. Basically, it sees burn up as highest damage, but it can't use it, so it's disincentivized, but nothing else gets the highest damage score, so it's random. Oh, interesting. And in that case, into Talonflame. Yeah, so it was just kind of completely chance that it went for Psychic Fangs both of those times. Because, yeah, even with no type and no Fire Gem, it sees burn up as highest damaging move. Wow. Okay, well, good to know that. So this should be Delphox. Please be Delphox. Please be Delphox. I'm going to be really embarrassed if you aren't Delphox. Tailwind petered out. Delphox, perfect. Delphox's highest damaging move is always Psychic, or it could go for Hypnosis. We are going to swap to Felice. Not falling for it. Delphox's attack missed. With knockoff, we always one-hit KO. Nice. Farewell, Life Orb. Yeah, no, so I guess the burn-up bug only applied because it got burned. So it, like, cut the damage. No? Because even if it didn't cut the damage of its move. Yeah, because burn-up is a special move. Okay. So yeah, it's either going to go for Earthquake, Stone Edge, or Stealth Rock. Doesn't really matter which. We are going to swap into the Turtle. Babe, you don't understand. Every time that happens, it scares the fuck out of us. There is no, like, the tax for using Zoroark is, like, the hit to your mental. Because every time you're like, wait. Checking something, yeah. Okay. We have a chance to one-hit KO with Giga Drain. It is not guaranteed. We would ideally like to one-hit KO with Giga Drain. But this thing has a oh wait, no, Passion Berry just ups its resistance to water. Nice. Cool. We have full HP going into Nidoking. It doesn't matter, it's just nice to have. It means I get less scared if it clicks Fire Blast. Nidoking here has Sheer Force and Black Sludge, so it heals every turn. Its attacks do more damage, but don't have secondary effects, so we don't need to worry about getting burned. Earthquake always one-hit KOs. Fire Blast. Owie. We have to start calcing Flannery. Babe, you don't understand, though. My heart also skipped a beat seeing Felice come out. Or seeing Turtle come out instead of Felice. I believe if I go through this vent, I just pop out next to Flannery and can leave. I'm saving, just to see, like, because I know we're going to pop out next to her. I think we can just walk away. Nice. It's just the fastest exit. Time to do real math. Real math. That being said, I need to pee, so I'll be back in just a couple of minutes. BRB. Chat, though, you need to be, like, very proud of me for successfully calcing all of those very difficult gym fights. Flannery's gym is no joke. People say the trainers are harder than the gym leader. So, like, go me, I'm really good at the game. Knock on wood. Okay. But now we have to do the hard part. Potentially. This could be the easy part. Let's get some music going. Do I just go back to listening to the Victory Road theme? Like, high key, it's a banger. So. Gym leader Flannery. Also, yeah, you did very well. You've def reached proficiency in the base mechanics IMO because there's legit so much going on in those fights and you weren't tripped up. I was gonna say, remember that, like, Arcanine loses its fire typing and thus is no longer weak to ground and rock, but also can now be burned. Taking care of frickin'... Oh god, there were some fucky things during the gauntlet. Making sure that you do chip damage to Infernape instead of killing it first, so that way you don't accidentally proc Blaze. Everything to do with speed boost Blaze again. Make sure that you understand how switch out AI works for things getting locked into ineffective moves. Truly, I do think the sickest piece of tech of this entire gym was in the first battle where I locked that Chandelure on the field. Notes. Opens... Char and Sala. Okay, so one thing we have to keep in mind for this fight is what level does Mudkip need to be to bait the moves we need it to bait. So the thing is, turn 1, the game only sees Charizard as Charizard. Even though they're about to Mega Evolve it, the game doesn't understand that it is going to have, like, the Sun boost to damage, or that it will have the increased stats of being a Charizard. Now, we know that Mudkip needs to be minimum level 44 to never bait Heat Wave on regular Charizard. It always baits a single target kill move, which we can protect on, and being at least level 44 means we always bait Sludge Bomb. Though I do think we can actually be a slightly lower level. Yeah, funny enough, being level 41 means that we don't bait Heat Wave. Oh, you're right. Thank you. Goodness. Okay. So, Mudkip only baits Sludge Bomb from Salazzle turn 1 no matter what. And... could still bait Heat Wave from Charizard at 41, 42, 43, 44. Okay, so we need to be at least level 44 in order to not bait Heat Wave on Charizard. This is just to prevent Hisui and Arcanine from taking unnecessary chip damage. Every bit of damage that Hisui and Arcanine takes makes the line less consistent. Now, let's assume that we are fighting Pokemon in such a way. So turn 1 of the battle, Salazzle has a Focus Sash. Charizard always dies to Rock Slide, as long as we have a Hardened Stone. So Charizard dies to Rock Slide. Salazzle, no matter what, even if we crit, always lives the first Rock Slide. Because it sees a fast kill on something, i.e. Mudkip, Salazzle is going to Sludge Bomb into the Mudkip, overdoing something like using Fake Out. And it dies turn 1? Are you referring to... Well, yeah, it dies, but it dies after we attack with Arcanine. I wonder, if we had a plus speed nature, how fast would we be? Like, we can't make that happen, but 137, I don't think that changes any of our important speeds. Yep. We're still faster than everything we were faster than, and slower than everything we were slower than. So, that being said, once Charizard Mega Evolves, Salazzle, I believe, with Sun Up, still doesn't see Heat Wave KO into Mudkip. I mean, that it isn't close to going for Heat Wave for turn 1 in Zard. I think so. Yeah, because regular Charizard. Oh, you're right. Yeah, with no Sun, Mudkip could absolutely be level 41. That being said, we do need it to be at least level 44 because Salazzle always lives at least one turn. We want to make sure that it doesn't see Sun boosted Heat Wave. So we're definitely safe at 44. 43. 43. Yeah, so we need to be exactly 44 to never bait Heat Wave on Salazzle even after Sun comes out. So Arcanine KOs Charizard, assuming that Mudkip is in the first slot. The next thing in the line that comes in that sees a kill is going to be Entei. Entei does see kill into Mudkip with every move but extreme speed. So we're going to need to get a couple extra levels in order to make sure we always bait Solar Beam. 45. 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51. So 51 always baits Solar Beam, never baits Sacred Fire, never baits Stone Edge. Notably, still baits Sludge Bomb from Salazzle, still baits Solar Beam from Charizard. So I think that Hannah was absolutely right. In order to properly bait around Salazzle, Mudkip needs to be level 51. Boom. So we are going to operate. Unfortunately, 51 is an annoying level up for Mudkip moves. We're gonna get the Waterfall HM eventually. Like, we're not even really using Swampert for damage that much. Let's be honest. This thing is going to be one of our protect bait bots for the rest of the game. And it's like, I've accepted that. We have so many other incredible Pokemon. If Mudkip doesn't get Earthquake, we have to acknowledge that, like, Garchomp has it. Seismitoad fills its exact same type niche with comparable stats. So now, the annoying thing about Entei is that it's really fucking bulky. There's a chance we 2-hit KO with Rock Slide. It's not guaranteed. And the annoying thing is, oh, well, our attack stat is bad. What if we use a Heart Scale? Still not guaranteed. Which can be a little awkward. Now, the thing is, once we KO Salazzle, the box is going to be, or their side of the field, is going to be looking at our side of the field. Or sorry, their side of the field is going to be looking at Arcanine for switch-in. So its options are going to be Incineroar, who is slower than us and takes more damage than it deals, I think even after Intimidate. Yeah, Close Combat does so much. Talonflame dies from Rock Slide, isn't able to KO. Alolan Marowak, who can one-hit KO with Bone Meringue, who we cannot one-hit KO with Rock Slide. It also has Detect to make life hard. Now, the thing is, it also does see, well, so at this point, we do have to swap Mudkip. Salazzle is going to be going for Sludge Bomb into Mudkip. It used Protect last turn, so we need to figure out who we are swapping into to take Sludge Bomb. The obvious answer would be Togedemaru. Takes 0 damage from Sludge Bomb, eats Solar Beam from Entei for breakfast. The problem is that when Marowak comes in, Togedemaru dies to all of Marowak's moves, but Togedemaru is faster than Marowak. if we had an Iron Ball, if we didn't lose Iron Ball to Boom, this would be the easiest fight of all time. Because Arcanine also is faster than Marowak, which means it sees 2 slow kills, and it's gonna pick one at random. Togedemaru can obviously protect itself. It has Spiky Shield. Arcanine is not so lucky. Now, I think we have an option here, right? And it's very silly. Entei, how much damage do you take from Ground Gem, 31 IV, Garchomp? Annoyingly, Entei doesn't guarantee die to this Earthquake, but Marowak does. If we use an IV to max Garchomp's attack stat and use up our 1 Ground Gem, we always live the switch into Bonemerang, and we then get kill with Earthquake. Now, the problem is if we take too much damage, we might bait Solar Beam from Entei, which is problematic. A little. So what I'm thinking is Entei's going for Solar Beam, Salazzle is going for Sludge Bomb, Turtonator takes 68% from Sludge Bomb, and 10%, give or take, from Solar Beam. It always lives the 2 of those because Turtonator can't be crit. If we give it a Citrus Berry, let's look at what the most HP it could lose is. This includes getting poisoned by Sludge Bomb. So, we have 137 HP, minus 94 is 43, minus high roll Solar Beam of 18 is 25, and then poison damage. So 137 divided, 130, come on, divided by 8 is 17. So we would lose 17 HP. Proc our Citrus Berry. 137 divided by 4 is 34. So 8 plus 34, 42. Right. So we're at 42 HP. At which point we only show kill to Stone Edge. And Salazzle doesn't matter because it's dead. Turtonator, notably, slower than a Alolan Marowak. Always baiting Bonemerang. Poltergeist will not do anything because our Citrus Berry will be gone. We maybe bait Flare Blitz. So, Turtonator is able to show a fast kill to Marowak, so Arcanine can at least get off its first Rock Slide. Again, the annoying thing is that Entei doesn't die guaranteed in 2 hits. If I could guarantee that, well, hold on. So let's start writing things down. So open with Mudk and Arca. Use Protect. OHKO. Char with R Slide. Swap to Entei and Sella. There is also the option of using Extreme Speed with Arcanine. So instead of doing damage to Entei, we Extreme Speed into Salazzle, so Turtonator is only taking the Solar Beam, at which point lowest Solar Beam roll on Entei is 10%, lowest roll on Bonemerang on Marowak is 90%, so Turtonator would always guaranteed bait Bonemerang and wouldn't have to worry about taking a bunch of damage from Salazzle. The problem is, at that point, it won't have taken enough damage to guaranteed bait Stone Edge off Entei. So I think we need to take the damage. Add to dictionary. So we are swapping to Entei and Salazzle. Swap Mud to Turt And also, I should look at the situation where we take the least amount of damage from all of these attacks and heal. So, 137 minus 79 is 58, minus 15 is 43, plus 34. Do we still bait Stone Edge? 84 low roll. Good. So that means that if we take the maximum amount of damage, we only bait Stone Edge from Entei. If we take the minimum amount of damage, we only bait Stone Edge from Entei. But we always bait it. That's really useful. We're actually kind of benefiting from Turtonator having a really bad defense Ivy. Okay. So, Turtonator. Oh, I should add to my notes. Level Mudkip to 51. Equip Arca with Hardstone. Equip Turt with Citrus Berry. So, Turtonator is baiting a Stone Edge. Entei has been... Okay, so swap Mudkip to Turt. Use R Slide. We also have to account for the fact that Entei is faster than us. So in comes Marowak. I think I have an idea. Hold on. So KO Sala with R Slide. Swap to Entei and Marrow A. So Marowak, I believe, yeah, always dies to 2 Rock Slides as long as we're boosted by Hearthstone. And it's slower than Arcanine. So we only need to worry about baiting it for that 1 turn. So what I'm thinking is, we are always baiting Stone Edge from Entei into Turtonator, and there's a chance we bait Flare Blitz, but we're basically guaranteed to bait Bone Meringue into Turtonator. Yeah. So what I'm thinking is, if we don't bait it though, Flygon is not going to take that well. But the idea is swap in... Hold on, wait. Yeah. Because hold on. What's Flare Blitz do into Turtonator? 49% is the high roll. And we established earlier that it's like 42. Yeah, so if we take like the most damage in every situation, we could bait Flare Blitz or Bone Meringue, which could be bad. Because the thing is, we're always baiting Stone Edge. We're definitely always baiting Stone Edge, which Flygon takes really good. Now the funny thing, Flygon has First Impression. Flygon just has a really strong priority move that could be used to KO Entei. Though, honestly, Extreme Speed... So let's see what the 2 lowest rolls into Entei are. 219 minus 96 is down to 27. First Impression does lowest is 19. Not great. We could also choose to swap in a sack. We just be like, all right, there's just a thing that's going to die here. We don't take a lot from Stone Edge. Honestly, shockingly, Garchomp is also a really good answer here. It just kind of comes in for free. Garchomp, how much do you take a lot from that, and you definitely die to Stone Edge. Yeah, you technically get Intem off, but like, be so for real with me right now. Like, oh, right, Inner Focus. You don't even get Intem on Entei. Yeah, no, Gyarados would always die on Bone Meringue. We could go for the certified classic. Swap in Nomo, who definitely dies and gets us a free swap. I hate to say that sacrificing Nomo might be the play. Potentially, depending on how many team slots we have, if we only need 5 Pokemon, we could plan for Flygon, and if things become a range for Marowak, we could swap in the Sacrificial Fish. Hashtag Sacrofishol. Sacrofish-L. So yeah, let's continue doing the line with Flygon just to see what happens. So we swap in Flygon, who takes a lot of damage from Stone, or not that much damage from Stone Edge, even with high crit. And takes no damage from Bone Meringue from Marowak. Nice thing is if it's holding an item, this thing could also bait Poltergeist, but yeah. So, swap Turt to... Actually wonder... No, Flygon could take too much damage. Well, because what move do you bait on Entei? Probably Sacred Fire. So what we could do is after the second Rock Slide, if Entei is still alive, we could have Arcanine Extreme Speed into Entei. Does a minimum 39, crosses the 27 damage threshold. So E-Speed into Entei, have Flygon outspeed and kill Marowak with, like, Stomping Tantrum. Because does minimum 50%. Doesn't even need, like, Soft Sand for it. Just confirming, I know it's not, but I just have to make sure Stomping Tantrum is not a spread move. It's Bulldoze, that is. Yeah. Interesting. How is Stomping Tantrum a contact move? Okay. So yeah, we swap in Flygon. If Entei is still alive, Flygon can Stomping Tantrum into Marowak. Entei can Arcanine can Extreme Speed into Entei. Because Entei doesn't see that anything can outspeed it, it itself will not go for Extreme Speed, which is nice. Because it sees that it's the fastest thing on the field. At this point, in comes Incineroar and Talonflame. Annoyingly, Incineroar has Intimidate. So the thing is, I think once we get to this point in the fight, the line kind of breaks down in a weird way, where it stops, like, having consistent baits. Like, Incineroar's here with Fake Out. It could just get something. Nothing does that much damage, is the thing. Like, Arcanine will get Intim dropped, which means it's not guaranteed to one-hit KO Talonflame with Rock Slide. Like, Talonflame has Solar Beam, which could do... Yeah, it's got Brave Bird, which could do a lot into Flygon. Overheat from Incineroar does a lot into Flygon. It's kind of like we get brought to a point where nothing is consistent. If we could show them kills, that'd be awesome. But there's just kind of no way to do that, I think. Assuming we take a Stone Edge from, Entei into Flygon, and, we get lowest possible roll. Even if we had a Sticky Barb, we're not baiting Overheat or Blaze Kick or Fake Out. And, like, Talonflame's not doing that much damage to Arcanine, but, it's just kind of like, I suppose, theoretically, Arcanine with Rock Slide... Oh, this isn't after Intim. Okay. Talonflame is guaranteed Tailwinding if it's not seeing a kill. That's a good thing. Okay, that means we can double into Talonflame. The problem is Incineroar Fake Out. Kind of can't predict who's going to be getting that. I suppose, actually, if Incineroar goes for Fake Out turn 1 always, that means we could safe swap in Togedemaru, because it won't see a kill on anything. So it always goes for Fake Out. So we could swap Flygon into Togedemaru while we use Rock Slide with Arcanine, at which point Togedemaru baits Overheat and Blaze Kick kills while we Spiky Shield. I think this is a line that lets us do it with 5 Pokemon. Because, yeah, if it is always going for Tailwind, it would never Flare Blitz into Flygon to begin with. It would always be Brave Bird, which Toge takes nothing from. Okay, I think that's the answer. Swap in Togedemaru. Okay, I think we have it. I think we have the line. Swap Turt to Flag, and this is a 5 Pokemon line, which means we can bring Gorobus as our backup sack in case Turtonator takes too much damage. I should run through the line in the world where we need to use the Gorobus option, but I think it's okay. Because it means, like, we don't kill Entei the turn we expect to. Like, Gorobus dies, the nice thing is that in comes Togedemaru. Togedemaru can fake out Incineroar, while Arcanine can E-speed into Entei. It'd be after a -1 attack. Well, hold on, actually. What does... I'm pretty sure Arcanine... No, Arcanine baits in Talonflame over Incineroar. So that means in comes Togedemaru, fake out into Talonflame to stop it from acting. Arcanine E-speeds into Entei. Yeah, okay, we have it. Bum, bum, ba-da-ba-da-da-da-da. And if we, like, need to swap to protect Togedemaru after it uses Spiky Shield, we can just bring in a full HP Flygon, who takes all of these attacks really well. Okay, so swap Turt to Flag. Use our Slide. Hold on. Because if we kill... Just making sure... Arcanine is on the field. We are killing the Marowak slot. Specifically, there's a chance we don't kill the Entei slot. So in comes Marrow. Okay. So let's assume Flygon is on the field. Yeah, I think it also goes for Talonflame if Flygon is on the field, because yeah, Talonflame does more damage to Flygon than Incineroar does, and it outspeeds. So it should always be Talonflame coming in next in a world where, like, Entei dies too soon or doesn't die late enough. I think we might have to do a little bit of steering. I think it's impossible to get a perfect set of predictions here, but I don't think it's a particularly dangerous set of predictions. It's just like flying by wire a little bit. So, use Rock Slide. Yeah, we'll assume this is KO Entei with Rock Slide, because this is the turn Marowak enters the field. Marowak never dies to crit Rock Slide. At this point, Flygon is in, Talonflame is in. Swap to Tallow and Marrow A. And at this point, Flygon can commit to KOing Marowak. Arcanine can use Rock Slide. Yeah, we could potentially turn this into a 1v6, depending on if Entei lives. KO Marrow with S Tantrum. KO Tallow. Sorry, KO Marrow A. KO Tallow with R Slide. So at this point, Tailwind's up. It's still going to go, like, Incineroar is going to come in. Incineroar is going to go for Fake Out on something, because even though it's faster, it still wants to use Fake Out. Swap to Inci. Incineroar. Add to dictionary. Swap Flag to Toge. Use R Slide. Use F out on Inci. Use R slide. And like, Togedemaru won't have taken Intimidate. Oh, wait, yeah. So swap Flygon to Toge, use R slide, use Fake Out on Instant, use Rock Slide, use Spiky Shield, KO Incy with R slide. Okay, I think that's the line. Gorb is our 6th. We're not going to give Gorbus anything because it just dies if we ever have to bring it in. Okay. I think this is really good. I think we have a really, really good line. What HP is Flygon at in the line where Entei dies in 2 turns? It takes no damage from Poltergeist. It takes a single Stone Edge. Likely low enough that it doesn't bait kill from Talonflame. It would only ever take 1 Stone Edge. And even if it crits, that's 30%. We never take so much that we bait Flare Blitz off of Talonflame. It's always either Brave Bird or Tailwind. Both of which are safe swaps for Toge. Equip Arc with a Hardstone, equip Turt with a Citrus Berry, equip Toge with Citrus Berry. We kind of don't want to give Flygon a Citrus Berry. I think we give Flygon Soft Sand. Well, nah, we can give it a Citrus just to be safe. One, 2, 3, 4, right. Whatever's more useful on a steer. I think Citrus, because we already know that we do, like, in double battles, Flygon with Stomping Tantrum does minimum 50% into Marowak, which will have already taken minimum 50% Rock Slide from Arcanine, so it guaranteed dies. It has Rockhead Thick Club. You know, it's got the old 1-2. Yeah. I think our line is perfect for any potential end state. Incineroar kind of gets fucked over by having Fake Out. It's really funny. And, like, I'm glad we do actually get to use Togedemaru. Maisie is a quintessential member of this team. And again, it's a shame that Mudkip doesn't get anything, but, like, it's fine. Just making sure. Mudkip at 51, looking at Entei. Never baits Sacred Fire, always baits Solar Beam. Okay. Welcome to the team, Rock. Star of the show. God, Flannery is genuinely a really fun fight to cook, if you have the tools for it. Because it's kind of like the most solved fight in the game. It really is just like, you have the answers or you don't. Oh yeah, true. If we have to sack Nomo, we're about to get a bunch of really cool water types. Definitely doesn't hurt if we like get a loss. Oh, and also having bad moves on Mudkip. That too. You know, and I'm so glad. Turtonator has really paid off. That will end up being such a worthwhile hit. Okay. I'll be honest with you. First, we give Rock the Everstone. Just so that way I don't fuck it up. I'm going to save the game in case I fuck it up. Endless Candy. My sweet boy. Rock wants to learn Hydro Pump. Do we want Hydro Pump? Well, we probably want it more than Mud Slap. I'm taking over Mud Slap. Who up pumping they hydros? Flannery is really fun to calc. Yeah, normally it'd be done in 3 minutes because of Iron Ball, but this is pretty cool as line. Yeah, no, chat, if we had Iron Ball, Togedemaru, like, baits all of Marowak's attacks. Like, it obviously baits Sacred Fires from Entei. It just, like, it does so much for us. But sadly, it's just a little too fast. And just making sure I did all these numbers with Maisie at 54, yeah. Okay. 51. I'm wondering if we let Rock can keep holding on to the Everstone, because none of the Pokemon it fights have Fake Out. Yeah, little baby Rock can keep the Everstone. Oh shit, hey Dot. Welcome to stream. We just finished calcing Flannery. So we're gonna see if we win. Hardstone on Hamilton. Sybil gets a Citrus Berry for that projected range. Sybil's definitely using that Citrus Berry. Lixie also gets a Citrus Berry. Maisie doesn't really do it. Like, Maisie could take damage. We'll give Maisie a Citrus as well, just in case. And Nomo. Hold on, because what happens if we bait Poltergeist? It'd be really funny. Yeah, you know what? We're not going to give Nomo an item on the off chance we somehow exist in a very specific situation where we bait Poltergeist off Marowak and we swap into Nomo and, like, they live. That won't happen, but it'd be really funny if it did. Okay. Redstone, Citrus Berry, Citrus Berry, Citrus Berry, none. Chat, I'm a little nervous. But we've got the numbers. Pretty sure everything's in order. We want to make sure that Mudkip's in slot 1. Bum, 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 ba da 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 dun, 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 ba da 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 dun, da da. Sorry, chat, I'm a little enthusiastic. Checking something. Cool. Mojave, how's the sick treating you, by the way, girl? You feeling better? I am hoping that you have recovered from Dies Badly disease. You got this. I got this. I understand the numbers. I understand the math. I know that Marowak will not try to kill my cool dog. I just have to be confident in the fact that I know how this game works, and Marowak will not try to kill my cool dog. It'll try to kill my cool turtle, and then fail. Okay. Final team check. Yeah, no, we're playing this by ear. No sun for turn 1. Charizard is regular Charizard. Yeah, it always sees Fire Blast kill into Mudkip. Good. We always bait Sludge Bomb from Salazzle. Entei always comes in after Salazzle looking at Mudkip because it's just third in line. Entei always goes for Solar Beam because Mudkip will be at full HP. Or sorry, not after we KO Salazzle, after we KO Charizard. So, Rock, Everstone, Hamilton Hearthstone, everyone else gets a Citrus Berry. Nomo is here. Hopefully he doesn't have to see the field of battle. Chat, when we did the what game do we play next poll, and you all voted for Pokemon Run and Bun, I had to stop and, like, consider how far do I realistically think I can make it in this game? And the answer that I said, I believe, was Norman. I might have said Flannery. I can't remember if I said Norman and Leica said Flannery, or Leica said Norman and I said Flannery. Point is, the furthest that we really expected that I could, like, get a run to, you said Flannery, Leica? Okay. Was to Flannery. And we made it to Flannery. Chad, I want to get to the Weather Institute. I want to experience Surf Sim. I want to go forward. Mudkip is in the first slot. Hamilton is in the second. Welcome. No, wait. Puny trainer, how good to see you've made it here. I have been entrusted with the... No, wait. I am Flannery, and I'm the gym leader here. Dare not underestimate me, though. I have been leader only for a short time. With skills inherited from my grandfather, I shall, demonstrate the hot moves we have honed on this land. Let's do this shit. Turn 1, Rock. Use Protect. Rock is going to bait Sludge Bomb from Salazzle and one of 3 one-hit KO moves that are single target from Charizard. Hamilton. Use Rock Slide. Charizard Mega Evolves. It sets Permanent Sunlight. Both of them will attack into Rock. Hamilton one-hit KOs Charizard. Salazzle has a Focus Sash and thus always lives turn 1. Critical hit. Held on to Focus Sash. Okay. Now that the sunlight is up, their damage calculations are different. Salazzle still only sees a one-hit KO into Rock with Sludge Bomb. Entei sees a one-hit KO into Rock only with Solar Beam. We are going to swap Rock into Sybil. Hamilton is going to KO Salazzle slowly and hopefully do a good chunk of damage to Entei. We have done the math. The lowest possible amount of damage that Sybil takes here still gets us in the proper range, as does the highest amount of damage that Sybil takes here. Sybil will be baiting. I believe we have exactly the range we need. We don't need to risk Nomo. Yeah, no poison. 2 crits on Salazzle. Hamilton wants that Sloot dead. Okay. I do need to actually toggle on, like, discrete HP values. In comes Marowak, because it sees a kill on Hamilton. However, Sybil is slower than Marowak, so Sybil baits the kill. Sybil currently takes... highest roll Flare Blitz is 49 damage. Sybil has used its Citrus Berry, and thus Marowak will never go for Poltergeist into it. It is only Bone Meringue. We are safe to swap to Flygon, who is immune to ground-type attacks. Entei is going to go for Stone Edge into Sybil, which Flygon takes at most 30-something% from, assuming it crits. Just confirming. We have confirmed. We are going to swap Sybil to Lixie. The utility dragon coming in once again. Hamilton will do at least 50% to Marowak. Has a chance to KO Entei, has a chance to not. We are okay with either scenario. Come back, Sybil, and go Lixie. Stone Edge. Entei is alive. Damage to Marowak. Lixie is immune thanks to ground, or thanks to whatchamacallit. Now, We have calculated for this situation. Now, the thing is, Entei is choosing random move now, but Hamilton has extreme speed, a priority move. Lixie with Stomping Tantrum still does at least 50% into Marowak and outspeeds, which means we can guarantee get the KO before Lixie KOs Hamilton. Just confirming, we are indeed faster. And Hamilton can use extreme speed to KO Entei before it pops off a random move. Big Dog is taken down by Bigger Dog. Down goes Marowak. Now, in comes Incineroar, who has Intimidate. Incineroar is going to drop all of our stats. Doesn't matter which side they come in on. As we have learned from Hannah, this Talonflame knows Tailwind, and it wants to use it every time. Okay, so let's see. So currently our stats are dropped. Talonflame does not see Brave Bird KO into Flygon, so it is always going to set Tailwind. Obviously, it doesn't see a thing into Hamilton. Incineroar is going to use Fake Out into one of our 2 slots at random. We kind of don't care which. We are going to swap Lixie, or hold on, this turn... Or do we swap? I think we swapped Lixie next turn, actually. I think we swapped Lixie... Hold on, yeah. Because Incineroar, because it doesn't see Kill, can only go for Fake Out. I think, actually, we want to get ship damage in on it with Stomping Tantrum and Rock Slide. Because I'm thinking about it right now. If Incineroar fakes out Hamilton, we don't get the thing. Togedemaru baits a kill from both of them into Spiky Shields. Yeah, it could be awkward, I think. So I think we want to make sure that we are not baiting attacks into weird places. Because we don't want to risk, like, one of them being alive on a turn that Maisie can't set up, like, Spiky Shield. No, we want to swap now because the highest damage Incineroar can do into Flygon is with Darkest Lariat. Or Darkest Lariat or Overheat. So, we are going to swap Lixie. We are going to use Rock Slide with Hamilton. We would like to see Incineroar use Fake Out into Lixie's slot. If it goes into Hamilton's slot, it should be okay. Go Maisie. Nice! Okay. I think we win. I think we win guaranteed now. Because Hamilton 2-hit KOs Talonflame with Rock Slide. There's a chance at 1-hit KOs. Okay. They both see Kill into Maisie. They are also both faster than us right now. Talonflame is going to go for Flare Blitz. Maisie's going to use Spiky Shield. Hamilton is going to use Rock Slide, and I believe that's the ball game. Incineroar also, yeah, it goes for Blaze Kick or Overheat into Togedemaru. Maisie protected itself. Talonflame KO'd itself. Incineroar is in slot 2, which I think means it takes full damage from Rock Slide. Maisie leveled up. I forgot about that. And that's Flannery, baby! We're going to Surf Sim! I guess I was trying too hard. I have only recently become a gym leader. I tried too hard to be someone I'm not. I have to do my things my natural way. If I don't, my Pokémon will be confused. Thanks for teaching me that. For that, you deserve this. April received the Heat Badge from Flannery. This is a token of my appreciation. Don't be shy about taking it. I believe that is the Overheat TM. Flamethrower. Ooh. Did I say Roxanne at some point? You just said Flannery smiley face, so I'm assuming I accidentally said Roxanne. He's like, I'm here to kill you. It's been a while, how's it going? It's a decent collection of badges. Alright, then you may as well have this. Is this what I think it is? Enables Pokemon holding their Mega Stone to Mega Evolve. Impressive that he handles Flannery's gym without access to Mega Evolutions. I made sure to get my bracelet before challenging her. As for me, I'm considering challenging Winona, the gym leader of Fortree City. Unlike you, April, she looks like, what the fuck, dude? If you want to see for yourself, go to the Seashore House at Route 109. They'll give you surfing lessons so you can cross the ocean and challenge Winona. See you around. No, just like Flannery, lol. That's fair. She's a cutie pie. He's such an asshole. It's funny. We beat Flannery. We still have to beat all of the fights inside Surf House, but that should be fine. We also hit a new level cap. Let's of course put our protect babies down in the corner because we are not leveling them up yet. Oh, Rocket level 52. That's funny. Shit, actually, we got kind of lucky that Rock didn't over-level during that fight. It still always would have baited Solar Beam from Entei. It would have been fine. Most of our guys don't even get new moves at this point, honestly. We beat Flannery. We fucking did it. Oh my god, we fucking did it! I know that Flannery is like the easiest gym leader in the game if you have the answers for her, but like, oh my god. 59. 60. I'm a nuzlocke. And I believe Hamilton is finally going to get Flare Blitz. Chat, our Hamilton has functionally not had an ability for the entire run because it got Rockhead instead of Intimidate. Rockhead now finally pops the fuck off because Flare Blitz is insanely huge damage with recoil. Rockhead says we don't take recoil damage. Farewell, Heatwave. We can now do real damage. I think level cap is 65. Huge jump. And I think Sybil gets both. I think we get Overheat. It's either Overheat or Draco Meteor. Overheat. We are going to take Overheat over Flamethrower. Sybil is now officially our Pokemon that tanks hits well and can do one big attack per fight. Because in a few levels, she'll get Draco Meteor. I don't think Lixie gets U-turn yet. I think it's a little bit before we do that. Earthquake, though. It's better than Stomping Tantrum. Honestly, though, Stomping Tantrum kind of has its utility of being a single target ground type attack. Lixie would not have been able to fill the niche that she filled if she only had like Earthquake or Bulldoze, because then she'd hit Hamilton. But again, worst case scenario, we could have just sacked a Pokemon. God, look at Nomo, somehow still alive and level 65. I think she's done learning moves, though. I think Rosaroid's about to get Leaf Storm, though. Maybe not? There it is. So, we're going to temporarily delete Hidden Power Ice. We can get it back if we need it. We probably will at some point. But yeah, now Rose has an Atomic Bomb. Like, Rose has been wreaking havoc with base 90 power. She now gets access to base 120. And Pari doesn't have any moves she can learn. See, the level ups are finally getting faster. 130 even, insane move, Jesus. Really quickly. Sybil, why do I have your moves like that? It should be... Oop. I'm also putting Explosion at the end of every guy's moveset who has it. Oh my god, we get like all of the fucking surf encounters. Chat, you have no idea how many encounters are about to open up to us. It's fucking wacky. Also, like, again, we don't have Mega Stones yet, but we will soon. We don't have anything that Mega evolves currently, but we will eventually. We did. Yeah, we did. The largest group of encounters since the beginning of the game. Just water route after water route after water route. Oops. Hold on. There we go. I guess Pari can go here, because I forgot. Yeah, I did a little oopsie. Right, now we'll... Sorry, I don't know why I'm so particular about this chat. Forgive me. Oh, I think Lucario finally gets close combat, though. Just pretty huge. Oh my god, plus Petalburg delay! Chat, I am so excited for our Petalburg encounter. Both options are fucking incredible. If we get Poplio, Primarina is the premier Elite Four Pokemon. If we get Froakie, it fills the dark type shaped hole in our box, and Greninja is insane. Greninja's just really fucking good for most of the game. It gets the strongest flinch move in the game, Fling. I believe Noelle is also done learning moves. Jane gets knockoff. Oh, hello, renewed utility. I don't care for Wild Charge that much. We can, like, learn Thunder Punch if we truly need physical electric damage on this thing. But, like, I like Super Fang, I like Thunder Wave, I like Discharge. Chat, you didn't see that. Chat, you didn't see that. Hold on. Hold on, you didn't see that? Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Set move. Hold on. Hold on. And then again... Maybe we do want to keep Wild Charge. I don't like that it does recoil, but it is undeniably Jane's highest damage attack. Yeah. The more that I think about it, the more I think maybe I do want to keep Wild Charge, actually. Just send Jane in against something. Get a kill. Like, we need Super Fang and Thunder Wave. Jane is just our Pokemon that helps us catch Pokemon. Like, that is the role that they fill. Honestly, though, getting another knockoff Mon is really nice. It was kind of getting rough having Felice be the only one of those. Dollop wants to learn Earthquake. Well, you know, Dollop, I like Stomping Tantrum, but I think you could learn Earthquake. That's right, Steelix continues to learn moves up to like the 70s or 80s. You also get Thunderbolt on Eel next split, perfect. Heavy Slam. Okay, we have a choice to make. What do we like more, Heavy Slam or Gyro Ball? And I think the answer is Gyro Ball. Like, we have the slowest possible Steelix. Our Steelix has 0 speed IVs with a negative speed nature. Pokemon are just gonna keep getting faster. And like anything we encounter later in the game that is slow is also going to be heavy. And we don't have the Iron Ball to boost Heavy Slam's damage. I think we keep Gyro Ball. I think it's the better move on him. Welcome back, Curses. Yeah, so I don't want Heavy Slam. I think it's a trade-off literally either way, so if it's ever Gyro Ball, it has to be right now. What do you mean if it's ever Gyro Ball, it has to be right now? Because, like, don't get me wrong, Steelix does, in fact, way big. Oh, yeah, that's what I mean, is like, this is the Steelix of all time to have Gyro Ball. Scalpel. I think Scalpel's done learning moves. Might get, like, Brave Bird. Does get Brave Bird. I don't think we want Brave Bird over Acrobatics. I like being, like Acrobatics has a higher base damage and all it requires is that we don't hold an item. Brave Bird can technically be boosted by, like, Sharp Beak, but I think, for the most part, Acrobatics is the better, more consistent option because it means we're not taking damage every time we use it. Oh, Brave Bird is really huge? Oh no, do we want Brave Bird over Acro? Or do we want it over Flare Blitz? Because, like, Scalpel is the fastest Pokemon we have. It is likely the fastest Pokemon we will ever have. Because I can't deny Brave Bird does have incredibly high damage potential with Sharp Beak. It can definitely get a KO, but, like, I don't think we can get rid of Acrobatics for it. It would have to be Flare Blitz. Which, given we do now have Arcanine for Flare Blitz, who isn't as fast as Talonflame, but, like, you know. So yeah, Hannah, do you think Brave Bird over Flare Blitz? We do now also have the Charcoal to boost Flare Blitz, but, like, yeah. Because undeniably, our most powerful flying type damage comes from Scalpel. And maybe that's how I should be looking at this. Like, because we don't have anything else that can do flying damage, we should get the thing. I'm unsure what the drop here is, but I'm seeing Faulty say in the Discord he didn't teach it Winning Run, but he's wishing he did. Are you asking them right now? Hold on. No, I just looked up Talonflame Brave Bird. Okay. Then I'm just going to assume if I want to do big fire type damage, I have Arcanine, I have Rapidash, I have Turtonator. if I need to do big flying damage, I have Talonflame. Farewell, Flare Blitz. True, also, we can stack that with a Life Orb, too. Like... Talonflame is a capital F flying type. I think Miss May is finally getting Earthquake. Oh, Gunk Shot. And then Earthquake, maybe. Oh, we can just get rid of Poison Jab because we can relearn that later if we want to. But yeah, Miss May isn't that fast, and we're about to get Zoom Lens, which makes Gunk Shot 100% accurate. And again, we can relearn Poison Jab at the Move Tutor. Earthquake, which we probably want over Drill Run. Again, I like single target ground move, but like Earthquake, man, you can't not get Earthquake. You might want to undo that Flare Blitz drop. It's a really important move too. Okay. Even though we have it on like Arcanine and shit. So what, are you saying get rid of Acrobatics then? Or... Oh, get rid of Drill Run for Earthquake with that, absolutely yes. Okay. I'm gonna ask the Discord. People who have run Talonflame, do I take Flare Blitz? I have, or do I take, sorry, not Flare Blitz, Brave Bird. I currently have Acrobatics, Flare Blitz, Roost, and Tailwind. I also have Rockhead Hamilton, who can also do Flare Blitz. I'm being told both are very valuable moves. I'm consulting. Though someone does say, T-Flame is the sauce, which is true. I'm gonna go chill and play game myself. Was nice stopping it again. Great to see how far you've gotten. Thanks, Dragabond. Have fun playing game, whatever it may be. Please, Run and Bun gamers, I need your insights. My basic thought is that Brave Bird is just better aggro. The recoil isn't a big enough deal compared to the higher damage and the ability to hold an item. Yeah, I don't know. It's like like the Blaziken that we just fought, right? We had to swap into it and then get kill. Like, words are hard. Like, we wouldn't have been able to guarantee live a hit and then use Acrobatics or Brave Bird after like recoil and everything. I am being provided no insights. Would you have been able to if you had a citrus? Touche, probably. I understand now. Like, assuming... 27.9% recoil. Fair enough. Yeah. Okay. So we'll take, Flare Blitz over Acro. And I suppose it's not like that's the only thing Talonflame does. It still has access to fucking... Oop. Twitch is being really mean because it's freezing every time I try to unmute stream. It wishes to silence me. Okay. So let's see. So... Scripting. Help text to set a move. So this is slot 4, I believe. Yeah. Slot 4. Move 1. Open bracket. Flare. Blitz. Close bracket. Close parentheses. Alright. Oh, you're a fire flying type, so actually Flare Blitz should be in slot 1. Okay. We love big damage moves. We love BDM, which stands for Big Dick Money, as we all know. I think Turtle's done learning moves. I think Woodhammer was the last thing it got. Okay. Yeah, our Flare Blitz is on it. Flare Blitz on it is just really nice, even with Arcanine. Because undeniably, Talonflame is like one of the fastest things you could ever run, right? Like, its base speed is 126. Ours has a perfect IV because we scaled it. Like... I definitely, like, that clicks with my brain. I think Ledian is done learning moves. It just levels up now. I think Ella Atea might get, like, Draco Meteor this level. And again, if I recall correctly, Lucario is going to be getting... It's either Close Combat or Meteor Mash. And I think Felice might be getting Night Days soon, which is better Dark Pulse. Lavara wants to learn Freeze Dry. Hello, beautiful. Fuck, what do I want to delete for it? Do I just get rid of Frost Breath? I like that Frost Breath always crits, but that means that it's like base 90 power as opposed to base 70, but base 70 that's super effective on water types. Surf HM is now a thing? That's true. We can get rid of Surf for right now and then relearn it later. Honestly, for how many water types we have, we actually don't really have a lot of guys who do good water type damage. We have like Gyarados, that's kind of it. Hi, Marps. Get leveled, get leveled, get leveled, get leveled. Okay. Elatea wants to learn Hydro Pump. We want Ice Beam. We're about to be in Winstitute. Like, Hurricane's perfectly accurate in rain. Oh, God. Do we want Hydro Pump? I think we kind of prefer Octazooka for the accuracy. Hannah, once again, Hurricane is really nice on the route up to Institute. Exactly. So I don't want to get rid of, Hurricane. And Octo is still rain boosted. Like, the problem is that Ella's not slow enough to consistently be able to get, like, zoom lenses off. Ice Beam is incredible coverage, and, like, Dragon Pulse is Dragon Pulse. I don't think we want Hydro Pump. Hydro Pump's a tutor later. True. Oh yeah, it's like a tutor in Winstitute, isn't it? There's like somewhere where you get like Blizzard, Fire Blast, Hydro Pump. I think Duchess gets Jaw Lock, and we're not gonna take that. Checking something really quickly. Odd. Is what it is. Okay. Come on, Talon. Come on, Talon. Learn new moves. Please. Meteor Mesh. We finally have Steel-type damage on our dog. Okay. So I've been informed we kind of don't care about extreme speed. So I'm gonna get rid of it. He did the mash. He did the meteor mash. The doggy mash. It was a gym league smash. He did the mash. It got on in a flash. He did the mash. Followed by close combat. Ow. Because he's a dog. Ow. It was a junkyard smash. Real. Hello, close combat, which we will take over Sky Uppercut. We want Vacuum Wave for priority. We want Aura Sphere for perfect accuracy, high damaging special attacking move. And we want close combat because bonk. Oh, Talon can finally compete for damage with Kethri. The problem, so the reason we haven't been using Talon a lot lately is because even though he has a higher attack stat than Kethri, Iron Fist just makes Kethri's damage way more better, like way more consistent. Significantly higher. Kethri also wants close combat. I don't think we give Kethri close combat. Like, Sky Uppercut is base 85 power. We have Iron Fist, which is a 30% boost to damage. Like, because close combat isn't a punching move. So, like, 85 times 1.3. Yeah, it's base 110. Is Iron Fist only 20? I thought it was 30. You're right, it is 20%. Okay, so that means 85 times 1.2. He's up. So it's base 102 power. So it is undeniably stronger, but like, I like having Sky Uppercut. Like, we want Drain Punch, we want Mach Punch, we want Fake Out, so it is truly a question of CC or Sky Uppercut. And it's like, if we need CC, Lucario can do CC better. Lucario is faster. Lucario has a higher base attack stat, or like an attack after everything. Like Lucario has 130. Hitmonchan has... Oh wow, no, Hitmonchan has 142 because of its IV. That's funny. If we maxed Talon's attack stat, it'd be 148. Why? If Sky Uppercut. Fake Out plus CC damage is probably going to be competitive even then. You're right. Iron Fist still applies to the other two moves. It's just so good. Okay. Who do we got? Ooh, I wonder what Garchomp gets. Oh, I think we get Dual Chop finally. I say finally as if we've only had this thing, as if we haven't had this thing for more than 2 streams. Or as if we had had this thing for more than 2 streams. You get what I mean. CC does really cool things with bait order as well. I was going to say dropping defenses is undeniably useful. I was thinking about that earlier when like picking it up on Lucario. You can turn a downside into an upside. Yeah, no, I forget, Barley. Do you get something, or do we have to get you higher level? It's either this split or the next one. It is the next one. Varley, when do you learn something? Oh, I think it's if we kept Varley as a Gibble. Yeah, Varley gets Dual Chop at 69, and then Outrage at 77. Felice, do you get Night Days finally? Nice. Dark Pulse is base 80. This is base 85. It's just stronger Dark Pulse. It's only slightly stronger Dark Pulse, but it is stronger Dark Pulse. And I think that's the last move Felice learns. No, yeah, because we skipped over Memento. Stronger Dark Pulse with the ability to cheese. To be fair, so does Dark Pulse. Like, Dark Pulse can flinch. But yeah, being able to drop accuracy to make lines more consistent is fun. Eruption. Hi there, beautiful. Fuck. What do we want Erupt? Do we take Eruption over Flamethrower? Because Camerupt isn't fast. Let me look at how the Eruption calcs work. You think I drop Earthquake? That makes sense, TBH. We have Earthquakers. Like, we have Torterra, we have Garchomp. I'm content with this. User's current HP times 150 divided by the user's maximum HP. So it's literally like just whatever your current percent is. I think Kamian gets something. Or Kamian might be done. It already has Overheat. Do you get anything, funny horse? No. High horsepower. I assume we probably want high horsepower over Stone Edge, right? Yeah, cool. I think we grabbed Stone Edge because our Gyros had Brick Break beforehand, and it's like, we can just tutor this back on if we need to. Oh my god, can our Gyros finally do damage? And are we about to get Earthquake? We are. Okay, so now I need to answer a question. I don't think we take Earthquake. I think we keep high horsepower, and keep Bulldoze, and obviously Rapid Spin, and Iron Head is our Steel Stab. Like, yeah. High horsepower's damage doesn't get dropped in a double battle. It means that we can still use it if we have a ground weak partner next to it. I don't think we want Earthquake. Because Rapid Spin is Rapid Spin, Iron Head's our stab, and Bulldoze is utility. I'm of course waiting for confirmation from the knowledgeable ones, but I will use this as an opportunity to check my phone. I can see either taking Bulldoze or... But really, deleting Bulldoze for EQ? I'm gonna keep Bulldoze, honestly. I like speed control. I think high horsepower is enough for this thing. We have other guys who hit harder with Earthquake. Like, Garchomp is faster, it's stab, and higher attack stat. I'm actually curious. Base 130, base 135, but minus nature. Yeah. Garchomp just does it better. Sorry, 1 second. Sorry. Okay. I think Break gets something neat this level up. High horsepower is definitely a keep because single target is really important. Quite a few doubles from what I remember. But yeah, it's fair when you have a Chomp. Like, our Gyro's just, like, negative attack nature with a really bad IV. I would just sooner have it as the utility option. Sludge Bomb's kind of neat, but I don't think we want it. Like, we want Hydro... Well, we do get... No, because we're slow, and we're not Swift Swim, so we're about to get Zoom Lens. I would like Sludge Bomb, but, like, if we need to do poison damage, we're doing it with Roserade. I don't think we want coverage moves on this thing. I don't think its attack stats are high enough to justify. Like, yeah, special attack of 107 compared to Roserade's 149. Truly one of the biggest, like, skill caps in this game is figuring out when you want a good move versus, like, coverage that you'll never use. Earthquake, however, that I might take over Hydro Pump. Because we want Mud Shot, it's like speed control. We want Earth Power because special attacking ground types are rare. And, you know, sometimes Camerupt can't do it all. And we can relearn Hydro Pump later. Alright, and I think all we have left to level up is Gyarados. It's so nice to finally be able to let Maisie get a little underleveled, though. Like, we obviously had to get Maisie up to 55 after Veto, so that way we could get Spiky Shield. But after that, it's like, huh. We want to keep our little football as underleveled as possible. I just like that Maisie and Rock just get to hang out there, the baby corner. They're friends. Last Gyarados move? Let's see what last Gyarados move is. Is it like Liquidation? Thrash? Probably not. It's high base power, but like after stab, Waterfall does as much damage as Thrash does. Thrash can never be super effective. We get locked into the move and then confused afterwards. Yeah, no, I don't believe Thrash is good. I think I can make a pretty certain claim that, like, no. Like, wow, it's as powerful as Waterfall, with several drawbacks. Aqua Tail, hold on now. You're inaccurate, though. Because, like, with Bounce, Gyarados already isn't afraid of taking moves that are imperfectly accurate. Wide Lens makes it as accurate as can be. But if we take it over Waterfall, then we're committed to using Wide Lens forever, which is bad because Mystic Water makes Waterfall do more damage than Aqua Tail. Do we take it over Crunch? I think we take it over Crunch. Because we want Ice Fang, just Ice coverage is huge. Like, I know I said you want, like, a good move better than, like, bad coverage moves, but unless it's Ice. I didn't take Aqua Tail, I'd also keep Crunch probably. Ooh, I did forget about Mega Gyara. Okay, no Aqua Tail then. That's everyone. We get to do our tradition, where we get everyone organized, based on when we caught them. Turtle. Freak. Hamilton fills Wally's slot. Eldegoss. Talonflame. Dottler's dead, so Kefri. Pavara. Ella Atea. After that was Clea, then frickin' Bug. Not Bug, what? Octillery. So it'd be Jane, then Dollop, then Noelle, then Miss May, Lixie, Maisie, no, sorry, Lixie, Rose, Maisie, Talon? I think Talon. Let's see, we got Pikachu, yeah. After Talon, Argyros, Felice, would have been Marguerite. Oh wait, I forgot about Nomo. That's right, Nomo was before Talon. After Felice was Honchkrow, then Ledian, then you, oh, forgot about you. You giving me issues here, bud? There we go. Alright, let's get everyone's moves organized. Hammer, Earthquake, Kick Terrain. Cool. Liquidation. Are you water ground? Yeah. Why the fuck is my, like, A button sticky all of a sudden? Hard stone, rock fire. Oop. I'm bad at menuing. Nice. Honestly, I should just make fake out the first move in Ketheri's moveset, just because, like, we all know. We all know what we're clicking. I believe Havar is already in order. Kingdra. Gyro. I'm putting Explosion at the bottom of every moveset, breaking my own rules. Drunk Shot, Earthquake, Mega Horn, Super Fang. Bulldoze, Defog, First Impression, should be above Defog. Leaf Storm, Sludge Bomb, Toxic. Got a Nuzzle, Zing Zap, Spiky. Yeah, maybe. Well, yeah, probably like that. Just gotta organize it in the way that makes sense in my brain. Off Night Days, Taunt, Sucker Punch. Taunt goes at the bottom, Night Days goes at the top. Me went to Fog. Hold on, Fire Lash, Overheat, Flare Blitz, goes over, there we go. Overheat, Dragon Pulse, Rapid Spin, Explosion. Dragon Claw, Earthquake, Bulldoze, Iron Head. Alright. Everyone's all nice and organized. Now we just gotta take off their items. Whew. Okay, now I gotta go to the calculator. Remove Pokemon from all boxes. Tools. Scripting. Export. Boop boop. Boop. Cool. And now, don't forget to make sure that it doesn't see that Zoroark has Dark Aura, because it has Illusion. So before you're able to get Surf, I'll warn you about optionals. They exist and they're very scary. I assume you mean like optional swimming trainers on the water. Yep, gotcha. Okay. Well, we still get to go get Surf first. Let's just do a little... Let's mute that. And let's pull up our regular old calking music. I don't think these fights should be too hard. We are, like, 7 levels over all of their caps. Hit shuffle. That's funny. Okay. So I believe there are 3 fights here, and they all have 6 Pokemon. Yeah. So I don't know if we're able to fight them in any order. So first up is Floatzel. Oh shit, switcheroo with Flame Orb. Okay, that's cool. We just need to find something. that lives its attacks. Yeah, Flame Orb side quest. I assume there's no special AI for Flame Orb getting switched around. Ice Beam does way too much damage to Torterra. Switch. Sorry, it's not Switch out, it's Switch Uru. Okay, alright, so holding the orbs or black sludge is only a, like, it's most likely to be a coin flip, but thankfully this float cell can't blow itself up, unlike some people we know. Kind of crazy how little damage Turtonator takes from this thing, holy shit. Why does it take more damage from Ice Beam than Aqua Tail? Because physically defensive, that's why. Yeah. Okay, we can just kind of open with Wall Rain. We can literally, yeah, we can swap in Wall Rain, use Charm turn 1. So once, I was going to say, once it puts Flame Orb on us, it will then guaranteed go for knockoff. So we need to make sure we have a thing that can kill it when it goes for knockoff. Which is like literally anything. Literally anything with a grass type move. It's funny, it has Water Veil and Flame Orb. But what's the best at killing it? Electros, maybe? Nah. Because nothing here outspeeds it, except for Zoroark, inexplicably. Ooh, Horn Leech from Sawsbuck. We don't outspeed, though, and we could get fucked over by Ice Beam. I obviously don't want to risk Torterra. And maybe we leave in a different guy to get switcherooed on. Yeah, we could have Nomo be our switcheroo guy, and then bring in Havara, who kills this guy Giga Easy style. Because, like, yeah, we have to give Havara no held item, but, like, we literally just, like, 2-hit KO with Freeze Dry. Okay. Nomo doesn't have an attack to, like, blank with, though. Yeah, we need something that can stall. Yeah, true. T1 Super Fang does help a lot. Okay. Yeah, we'll use Havara. It's fine. Okay, actually, we can use Felice. Because once it swaps the item onto Havara, it's always going to go for knockoff. Because if we have a held item, like, yeah, Aya Papa Berry, how low would its attack? Yeah. So if we go for Super Fang instead of an attack dropping move, it guarantees that it always goes for knockoff. Which we then know, if we get off at least one Super Fang, it'll be at 50% HP. Felice can guaranteed outspeed and kill with Night Days, and takes knockoff like a champ. Okay, there we go. My opinion is that Susie actually killed it on the drum. Real shit. Real shit. I also need to immortalize my Flannery notes in the boss thing. Nice. So Tuber Simon. It's hitting stuff. How could she not be great at it? Real. Okay. Notes. Opens. Flow. I'm sorry, Floa. Equip. Havara with nothing. Sorry, not Havara. I should just spell out. Equip Waller with nothing. Open with Waller. Use S Fang until it until Switcheroo. I could have gone into percussion in middle school, but they needed a trumpet. So did you go into trumpet? Swap to Zoro. Equip Waller and Zoro with nothing. KO with N days. Does. Yeah, because that does that without any held item. At which point we're probably going to get Azumarill. Potentially Azumarill, not the Dene, because we outspeed it. Not Zangoose, because we outspeed it. Retaliate Last Resort's funny. Not Persian, and not Ludi. Yeah, so it just plays down the line. First thing that can kill us is Azumarill. Swap to Azum. It goes for Play Rough. Guaranteed. Can't guarantee that Gunk Shot will hit. Okay, a Miracle Seed lets Roserade get kill with Leaf Storm. Okay. Because, yeah, Noelle dies to crit Play Rough, potentially. Yeah, can't get it with you. Baiting 2 ticks of damage into Toge is funny, but... No. Don't want to waste turns on a thing that isn't going to do a lot. Okay, yeah, the problem is Ice Punch. And even, like, Eldegoss takes a lot from Play Rough. And also baits Ice Punch. Or Play Rough, but... Also, we wouldn't be able to kill the Giga, it would have to be a Woodhammer. You know, I was told these fights were basically free. This feels harder than free. Okay. Swap in Rose on Play Rough. We don't care about getting our attack dropped. Or we could also, like... Yeah, I don't think we can bait an Aqua Jet. Yeah, Poison Jab wouldn't do it. And also we have to worry about attack drop. Can we please acknowledge how little damage Garchomp takes from Play Rough, a super effective move? Where's the... Why are we not going into the next song? What? What the fuck? That's weird. I think YouTube just, like, broke for a second. Peachow lost his Breloom to one of these guys. That's hilarious. Damn, Turtonator fucking bulks this chief. Yeah. Yeah, Electros is too slow. I just hate that it has to be Leaf Storm, though. Swap to Rose, OHKO with Aerostorm. Swap to... At this point, Roserade will be at -2 special attack stages. And will have taken at least 32%. Okay, it's probably gonna be Zangoose. Does Zangoose calculate Last Resort weird for Switch and AI? Oh, you'll also be Aqua Jetted, that's true. Annoying. Yeah. I think we always live crit play rough. Yeah, we always live crit play rough into quit Aqua Jet. Last Resort is seen as a regular move. Okay, so it's always going to be Zangoose, and it's always going to go for Retaliate, too. Does the AI see boosted Retaliate when determining Switch in AI? I mean, the nice thing is I'm pretty sure, like, yeah, it's Toxic Boost, Toxic Orb, but, like, damn, look at all that damage you're doing to Steelix. Wedding out into head mini lemon pies. Good shit. Ooh, go you. Love that for you, Chief. Lucario also tanks these like crazy and just kills with Aura Sphere. The Lopunny chip damage bug? What's the Lopunny chip damage bug? Does chip damage like proc eject button or something? Okay. So swap to Zang. We could definitely beat it with Steelix. Oh, wait, hold on. We have to consider the fact that it thinks it's badly poisoned. It's actually healthy. Yeah, it'll still see Last Resort, because 95. Unless there's something that outspeeds... Persian outspeeds, but I don't think it ever sees kill on Roserade. Love fake out Mach Punch into Persian with Hitmonchan. Hold on. Oh, Kethri. Oh, Kethri. Oh, interesting. Okay. Weird. Does that also count things like Spiky Shield and Rough Skin? So... Again, it won't be poisoned turn 1. Actually, because it won't be poisoned turn 1, Lucario is probably the better bring, right? We take base 140 power Retaliate without Toxic Boost. We then outspeed kill with Aura Sphere. Swap to Luca, OHKO with a sphere. I don't believe Dedenne can see KO on us. Persian definitely can't. Ludicolo can't. So I think it just plays down the line and sends into Dedenne next. What's a Bataya Berry? Is it like Ayapapa for a different nature? Raises the user's special attack stage. Okay. So we gotta make sure we kill it in multiple hits. It is notably faster than us. Also has Endure, and Cheek Pouch heals it whenever it eats a berry. Fucking Flare Blitz, man. Shit's crazy. And like Extreme Speed does 14%. So we can Flare Blitz into it. If it uses Endure, we can just secure KO with Extreme Speed before it gets a chance to like do a bunch of shit. Swap to today. Because hold on, what's it going to go for into Lucario? It's going to go for almost guaranteed Thunderbolt. It means we would have to pre-status Arcanine. Because it's not guaranteed to Thunderbolt. It could D-Gleam. Ooh, hold on. Wait, we don't even need Arcanine. Because, like, Arcanine's not even faster. We could actually just use Nidoking here. Ah, the issue would still be Cheek Pouch, Pitaya Berry. But if we're being honest, getting hit twice isn't really that big of a deal. Could also use Torterra for the same purpose. Oh, we could Giga Drain on Torterra into Earthquake. That could do it. Swap to Tort. Use. It's assuming we get hit by D-Gleam. Yeah, there's no way. Oh, do we need specifically a Prio move in order to get around Endure? Like, the thing is, okay, it gets a +1 to its special attack. We just, like, use Synthesis. We'll be fine. Because, yeah, like, it can't use Endure 2 turns in a row. As long as we keep our HP topped off. Because what would come in afterwards? Ludicolo, because we show 1-hit KO to Persian. Just kind of ideal, because we can just kill Ludicolo with Wood Hammer. Do we want Miracle Seed? Well, hold on, because we have a Miracle Seed. Then I suppose we would also show kill to Ludicolo, which means it would instead be Persian. Hyper Voice Substitute, Nasty Plot, Hypnosis. Yeah, and it's kind of impossible to predict what Persian would do, so we specifically don't want a Miracle Seed. Torterra would go for Waterfall or Seed Bomb. We definitely kill it with Wall Rain, but we can't guarantee the HP Wall Rain will be at. There is also the chance it goes for Sword Stance turn 1. Like, we can just leave in Torterra, use Giga Drain, then Wood Hammer. Because that always kills. And we'll definitely have enough HP after Dedenne, as long as we, like... Yeah. We'll lose, like, a third of our max HP, maybe. Okay. So swap to Tort. Are we winning? I think so. We beat Flannery. Oh, I just realized you just got here, Turtle. Yeah, we beat Flannery. Which is pretty dang cool. We're now preparing a heist. So, use... Giga Drain. Use Synthesis. Alternate EQ and sorry. Like Earthquake and Synthesis until KO. There we go. Heist plus learning how to swim. That's true. We have to learn how to swim. Swap to Ludi. Ludicolo does as much damage to Torterra as Persian. But we show kill to Persian, so it shouldn't come in. And thankfully Persian never goes for nasty plot. I think it can still go for substitute. It's just kind of a really annoying thing to predict around. Like, I don't think we get the guaranteed 2-hit KO if we give Kethri. Yeah. Persian should also be able to come in. Only fast KO specifically prevents Mon from coming in. Oh, interesting. Shit, I'm glad that didn't... I'm glad we didn't get fucked over by that earlier in the run. Yeah, no, you're right, actually. That's the math we did to make sure Golurk came in when we expected it to. Okay, so it would presumably be Persian in next. We at the very least know it's never going for nasty plot. Could go for hypnosis. Like, what takes no damage from you and kills you? And sadly, it's not Roserade because we don't want to slip into Hypno. Can you pre-burn Lucario? I could pre-burn Lucario. It would take 2 ticks of burn against Zangoose, and it would take 2 ticks of burn against Persian. But we haven't calculated it for it holding an item, so Citrus Berry would perfectly offset that. Because, like, let's assume healthy, 140 power, 140 power retaliate. Crit. Yeah, that's not that much. And if we swap into Hyper Voice, we kill it. It can't go for nasty plot. If it swaps into substitute, we just get it with... The problem is that we kind of can't, like... Well, it can also never go for nasty plot because we want to KO it. Yeah, so it's kind of stuck alternating between Hyper Voice and substitute. It has leftovers. Oh, but if we have a Citrus Berry, we couldn't use it because Unnerve. Oh, do we have something with a sound-based move? Maybe. Not Zoroark. Oh yes, Explosion. Flare Blitz on here is funny. Superpower is funny. Okay, no, what I think we could do is, because it can't go for nasty plot because we show a slow kill to it, we could just kind of leave Torterra in until it hypnosises us. Once we've been hypnosised, we can then swap to Lucario because it'll go for, like, if it goes for substitute, we can then just spam Vacuum Wave until we kill it. If it goes for nasty plot, I don't think it can. I don't know if being asleep fucks with setup move AI. Because I'm thinking, like, we give Lucario a Chesto Berry. Control F. Hold on. Setup. Being asleep does boost setup AI significantly. Got it. Okay, so we don't want to risk that then. Because, like, okay, if Torterra's on the field, It goes for either Hyper Voice, Substitute, or Hypnosis. We bring in Lucario. If we give it a Chesto Berry and we get hit by Hypnosis... Yeah, we can only Vacuum Wave. We would need to be pre-burned. There is also the option where we give Torterra a Chesto Berry, because it kind of doesn't need a held item in order to beat Dedenne. So we give Torterra a Chesto Berry, and at that point, like, we get off an Earthquake. And then we just also give Lucario a Chesto Berry. So, like, Torterra sits here using Earthquake, specifically Earthquake, until Persian tries to hit us with a Hypnosis. That's right, Unnerve, I keep forgetting about that. Thank you, Hannah. Thank you, Hannah. Okay. Yeah, we would need to pre-status Lucario. You know who I'm really missing right now? Marguerite. Insomnia is such a nice ability. I really thought I had someone with a sound move, though. Or maybe that was just because I was thinking about Boom Burst on Seismitoad. I mean, there is the option where we have, like... No, can't really Encore. This thing's so annoying, because it's not even that hard to kill. It just has, like, an annoying moveset. So, what's, like, lowest possible roll into Lucario with boosted Retaliate? Because, like, if it crits, that plus 2 turns of burn will proc Citrus. And if it doesn't crit, it'll probably be at around, like, 50% HP. Something like that. Because, like, if it sets up Substitute on the turn we swap from Torterra into Lucario, things get, like, annoying. Because it could just keep using Substitute while we keep using Vacuum Wave. Like, we do have the option of Hitmonchan. We wouldn't be able to pre-burn Hitmonchan. We'd be able to pre-poison it, though. Like, I think it has boosted priority to use Substitute if we're poisoned. But, like, if we're going for Mach Punch, if it tries to set up Substitute, it kind of can't. The other option is give Kethri a Chesto Berry and just kind of hope for the best. But Lefties extends a bit. Oh, that's good to know. Because, like, okay, so Torterra's out. It goes for Hyper Voice. We live, crit Hyper Voice into poison damage. And at that point, we use Fake Out, does enough damage, even after Leftovers Recovery, plus Mach Punch to be able to KO. If it goes for Substitute, we haven't taken damage. We can use Mach Punch turn 1 into Hyper Voice, and then KO with other Mach Punch. And if it goes for Hypnosis, we're pre-poisoned, so we can't be statused. I think that's the answer. Jesus, Hitmonchan, why do you do that much damage to Ludicolo? Holy shit. Well, thankfully we killed a Ludicolo, so we don't need to worry about it using Swords Dance. And then at that point, we can just swap back to Torterra, right? And Torterra can kind of, like, do some shit. Potentially even Walrein. There is, of course, also the option where we get in, like, Lucario after doing some damage with Torterra. But yeah, like Waterfall Seed Bomb. All we need to do is... Well... Oh, I suppose actually at this point, since it doesn't affect Switch and AI, if we give Torterra a Miracle Seed, we show it slow kill with Woodhammer, so it never sets up a Swords Dance, and we just win that War of Attrition. It would need to get a lot of Waterfall flinches to stop Torterra from winning that War of Attrition. Equip Walrein and Zora with nothing. Okay, good, the stream is still going. Hi, Rose. We beat Flannery. Equip Tort with a Miracle Seed. Equip hit him with Black Belt. Kind of doesn't matter what we equip Lucario with. Poison hit him. Because just making sure Hitmonchan swaps in, uses Fake Out, uses Mach Punch, or swaps in, uses Mach Punch, uses Mach Punch. This will eat up 3 turns, so we need to make sure that Kethri always lives 3 turns of, like, critical hit, Hyper Voice, high roll, into poison. Which I believe it does. Because, like, 141 divided by 8 is 17. So 141 minus 17 drops us to 90. High roll Hyper Voice is only 76. Because we only ever take 1 Hyper Voice. It's either the turn we swap in, or the turn we break Substitute. I believe if I understand this correctly. So... swap to Purrs. Swap to hit him. If substitute. Can you heal off of a substitute if you use Drain Punch? If you use Drain Punch into a substitute, do you regain HP? Oh, interesting. You do actually regain HP if you punch a substitute. You gain exactly 1. So the thing is, we actually don't need to use Mach Punch turn 1 because, like, it's faster than us. Using Mach Punch isn't going to do anything, and we can't fake it out, obviously. So we may as well use Drain Punch. If substitute, use... And also, Mach Punch does minimum 90%. So after 2 turns of leftovers healing, I believe... Yeah, it loses a quarter of its max HP. So, 161 divided by 4 is 40. So 161 minus 40 is 121. 121, or sorry, not 121. 161 divided by 16 is 10. So it would regain 10 the turn it uses it. It would regain 10 the turn we break it, brings it to 141. Mach Punch does minimum 146. Okay. Use D Punch. If not, use F out. KO with M Punch. Swap to Ludi. Swap to Tort. Figure it out. Genuinely, I think they just got it figured out. Heal, probably. Use a Synthesis. Use a Giga Drain. It's not going to set up Swords Dance because it sees you can kill it. Listing Hitmonchan as hit him makes me think about the Streets of Rage type games, but instead of beat 'em up, it's hit 'em up. Real. Oh god, yeah, no, it's hit 'em up. I love getting to say hit 'em as shorthand. I really like my dumb system of 4-letter name shorthands. It only fails sometimes where like multiple Pokemon have the same 4-letter acronym. Yeah. I think we just give Lucario like a citrus berry in case we need to like bring it in case. You know what? We'll give Lucario a Chesto berry in case something happens. Equip Tart with Miracle Seed. Equip Hit him with Black Belt. Equip Luca with Chesto berry. Like in case something goes wrong with Hitmonchan and we need to bring Lucario in against Persian. Nice. Wait, no, that doesn't matter, because we can't proc the berry against Persian. April, how do you keep forgetting this? It's the easiest thing to remember. Yeah, bring up Citrus Berry then. No, we'll do, like, Black Belts on Hitmonchan, so we'll just do Wise Glasses. Okay. And I assume we don't need to calc all these fights at once, right? We can just kind of like go there, do one fight, leave, do one fight. You get to pick who to fight, yeah. Nice. Okay. Oh, that doesn't actually get me anywhere. So we've got to do the long walk back. The really, really, really long walk back. Oh my god, also I just realized we unlocked Mauville City gym badge casino encounters. Watson! Oh, fuck. We also get to do the frickin' new Mauville quest. So I'll just pick that up while we're here. We can't do it now because we don't have Surf, but... There's like, oh, April, you click Evil a zip, that's a good thing. Fine, I've decided I need a favor. Mauville City has an underground sector called New Mauville. I'd like you to go there and switch off the generator. It's running a bit haywire, it's getting unsafe. Here's the key. I'm afraid of water. Ironic for an electric gym leader, I know. Funny. Oop, I kept talking to him. It's been a minute since we've been to Slateport. God, and once we get Surf, you know what else we can finally go get? The fucking Frost Breath TM that I forgot existed. We can finally go back to fucking Dewford. Because we have not been allowed to do that. Boop 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 ba-doo, boop ba-doo, boop ba-doo, ba-da-ba-da, ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-da, ba-ba-da, ba-ba-da-dum. Now the thing is that I really need to go to the bathroom or I'll piss my pants. I really feel like there's something wrong with my remote. Yeah, BRB. Alright. Now, I'm probably not gonna calc any additional fights after this one, because I did promise Mintmod some wife time. She wants to see me play Silk Song. So I intend to live up to that promise, friends. That being said, we are going to be back at this tomorrow morning, where we will slam out the remainder of those fights and then go do Surf Sim. And chat, for those of you who don't know what I mean when I say Surf Sim, there is a chunk of this game that is just you running around after you get the Surf HM, picking up items, getting encounters, smoking grass, and getting cash. It's just a really, really cool time. We want Roserade. We want Lucario. And we want Torterra. And we want... Oh, is it already in there? Hitmonchan. There are not many times where the game is explicitly kind to you, so Surf Sim feels like Christmas morning. Chat, I have been so excited to finally get to see what Surf Sim feels like. We're going to get, Hannah, is it 3 or 4 heart scales? Diving into Surf Sim. Okay, nothing on you, nothing on you. Roserade. Oh! We can't give Turtle the Miracle Seed. I did forget about that. We could give Turtle the Muscle Band to get the same effect, I think. Or actually, hell. When fighting Azumarill, do we need the Miracle Seed, or can we give you... Could give Roserade Wise Glasses. I think it's fine, though. I think all we gotta do is worry about giving Torterra the, Yeah, wow. Muscle Band just clears. Incredibly funny. 4 scales right away and 2 candies. We're gonna have 5 scales! Oh my god. Okay, yeah. Torterra does less with Giga Drain, but it should be fine. I'm going to go, I think I forgot to mention in the previous message, that is fair, Rose. Well, thanks for coming to hang out for a second, at least. Okay. Well... No, because Roserade can get Azumarill. We can just give Lucario, like, a Citrus Berry or something. Like... Yeah. I like Torterra being able to do more damage with Giga Drain. Okay. So Torterra gets Miracle Seed. Can I steal some energy from my Pokemon counterpart? Even without a Mega in the box already, your 118 encounter is also basically a part of Surf Sim if you delayed it, and there's a chance for a Beedrill there. We did delay it. We did manage to hold strong. Okay, so we are going to give Roserade the Wise Glasses. And Roserade is loaning you power in theory, Rose, but she does need as much oomph as she can get to put into that Leaf Storm. Nothing on Felice. Yeah, because we can't get the black belts. Yeah, we'll just give like a Citrus Berry. Turtle. It's the Miracle Seed. Kethri gets the black belt. And just confirming. Yeah, nothing. Cool. we do need to pre-status Kethri. Kethri is now afflicted with the status condition. Alright, we've done the math. This should work. Photosensitivity warning, Lamau. God, if we land Beedrill on 118, like, this goes from being a run to being the run. Sure, I assume we don't actually... Is it sightline based, or do we just talk to them? Because obviously I want to make sure Kethri has the most HP possible. It's sightline, but they're pretty short range. Okay. And one last confirm that Roserade does in fact kill Azumarill with wise glasses. Yes, she does. Like, I might get banned on Twitch for all its actions if you get Pijo. Hush. Okay. Say hello to Tuber Simon, chat. In comes Floatzel, in comes Havara. This here Floatzel really wants to use Switcheroo. It's not guaranteed to, but it can. So basically, it's going to go for either highest damaging move or Switcheroo. It's kind of a coin flip. It's more likely to go for Switcheroo, but it's not guaranteed. And then afterwards, it's going to guaranteed go for knockoff. So we're going to use Super Fang. We are using Super Fang because it is a way to stall for turns. Because Super Fang, there we go. There's the Switcheroo. We have acquired the Flame Orb. Now that we are holding an item, it sees that its highest damaging attack here is knockoff. Because, yeah, we're holding freaking Barbie Berry or something. Yep, because the lowest range, or the highest range on Aquatail is 7.1%. The lowest range on knockoff is 8.4. We are going to swap to Felice, who takes basically no damage from knockoff. The orb has been secured. Thank you, Floatzel, for just getting rid of that illusion real quick. Okay. And we guaranteed kill and outspeed with Night Days. It's so rare we get to see the Zoroark back sprite. Precious moment. Next is Azumarill. Azumarill sees... Does it go for Aquatail? Ooh, could go for Aquatail. It's the same damage range as Play Rough, though. So it's going to go for either Play Rough or Aquatail. Most likely Play Rough. We don't care which. We are going to swap to Roserade. Play Rough. No crit. That's fine. Okay. No stat drop either. We are faster than Azumarill, and with Wise Glasses, we one-hit KO with Leaf Storm. Goes for Aqua Jet. Did forget about that. We calced for this, but I did forget about it. Now, I believe because our special attack has been dropped, Zangoose... Ooh, hold on. Retaliate is at 140. Yeah, so even without Toxic Boost, it should see that Zangoose KOs us and doesn't get KO'd because we dropped our own special attack. So it should be Zangoose. The nice thing about Zangoose is that it truly does not matter who it comes in against, because we always have the same line, which is swap to Talon. It takes at most 25.4% from Retaliate, up to 38.1%. Oh, wait, no. Sorry, that is healthy, 140. Yeah, so 33.7%. I wonder, wait, hold on. Switching out Power Swap Battery Aurora Veil. Is there... No, there is no KO toggle. Okay. Point is, most damage it can do to us is 50% with Crit Retaliate. We send in Talon, who outspeeds and KOs with Aura Sphere. Zangoose is poisoned. Badly. It would now like to do a lot of damage with Last Resort. However, it cannot because we outspeed and one-hit KO with Aura Sphere. Now, I want to double-check something really quickly. Yeah, if there's ever a situation where Persian would come in, it would instead be Dedenne. Yeah. Just triple-checking my swap priority checks. Critical hit, because why not? Still thinking about how badly Hamilton wanted that Salazzle dead. Cast fucking Begone Thought at 4th level. In comes Dedenne. Dedenne here wants to go for Thunderbolt. There's a chance it goes for Dazzling Gleam. We are going to swap to Turtle. We would love to see Thunderbolt, obviously. Thunderbolt, nice. We are going to use Giga Drain because we want to chip it, but ideally not proc Pataya Berry. Used Endure, sweet. So I think we just get the clean 1-2 here because it can't use. It can use Endure 2 turns in a row, but it's like Protect. You know, it's not guaranteed. Okay. We did over half of its max HP. Lowest roll on Giga Drain is 81. I think we're guaranteed to kill with Giga Drain. I would like to have as much HP as possible. Endure failed. Lamau. Good. Next should be Persian, because we show kills to both Persian and Ludi, and they're both faster. In comes Persian. So, Persian is either going to go for Hyper Voice, Substitute, or Hypnosis. We would love to see it go for Hypnosis. It doesn't matter. We have an answer for every situation. It can never go for Nasty Plot because it sees that we one-hit KO it with Woodhammer. So we are going to swap to Kethri. Kethri's going to take some damage, but it should be fine. Hypnosis? Perfect. Kethri takes no damage here. Well, aside from poison. So first we use Fake Out. Get flinched, get flinched, get flinched. It gets a little bit of healing from leftovers. Lowest roll for Mach Punch is 90.6%. Ah, that's a KO. In comes Ludicolo. Who we inexplicably show a one-hit KO to with close combat. So it's going to go for Waterfall or Seed Bomb. We are going to swap back to our full HP turtle. Turtle has Wood Hammer with Miracle Seed. We show it kill, so it can't go for Sword Stance. Okay. We use Giga Drain. Highest roll Waterfall can do to us is 19%. I'm going to use Synthesis. Seed Bomb and Waterfall do the same amount of damage, so it's just kind of whichever one it decides to go for. We always prefer Seed Bomb because it can't flinch. Wood Hammer now kills... Yeah, so we're fine to click it. Turtle flinched. We win. Bonk. Saving the game. Ludi had no idea its life depended on clicking the waterfall button. Truly. Like, look, if I can just keep flinching. If I can just keep flinching. All right, let's run it back to the Pokemon Center. And then we've got enough people. I can probably drop a raid. We beat Flannery. We fucking cleared Flannery, baby! Oh my god! I can't overstate how huge this is. Like, don't get me wrong, we're coming up on a really scary part of the game, but I say that about every part of the game. Winstitute is pretty notorious, though. That cook was all me. I'm really glad, Hannah, I'm not going to lie. There was a part of me that was a little worried where I'm like, I hope I don't start getting like lazy after having someone else basically cook my line for me with Maxie. And it's like, no, I'm feeling the motivation. I'm feeling the excitement. When you're always scared, you're always winning. It's true. It's Halloween. At least it was. Let me bop back over to Twitch, see if there's anyone who's currently live. There isn't, and it seems like we're actually down to 6 people, so maybe we just call it. What happens if I look up Run and Bun? Obviously, there's me. Yeah. No reset November. Squirk, why are you playing Run and Bun? You've already beaten it. Odd. Seeing cool lines just motivates me to also want to find cool lines in the future. Yeah, I guess I was just worried that I might get like, oh, it's, now that I have it easy, it's like I'll start getting complacent, but no, it's so exciting. And it's like, I knew that I had the answers to Flannery. I knew that I had the answers. I just needed to figure out how to put them together. And thankfully they came together like beautifully, miraculously, I would dare say. And tomorrow we've got 2 more trainers to beat here, in Surf Sim. And then we get to go get some items, catch some Pokemon. I've got like a double battle I need to do, but like first thing we get to do is rip Petalburg. Poplio or Froakie, either one's a win. I'm so excited. I'm so fucking excited. But yeah, that's enough of me rambling. Live tomorrow in the morning time slot. Thank you all so much for bearing with me with all of the weird streams at odd hours. Life's been weird. But until then, friends, thank you so much for joining me. I have been April. She has been May. You have all been incredible, and I will catch you all in the next one. Have a good night.